Live from Brookville High School, it's time for Colonels basketball. The Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country. I'm Kyle Hoehne. Back with me, Agent Zero, Oscar Briggs. I mistakenly called Bob Oscar a few times Friday night, Big O. So if I accidentally call you Bob, it could be by design. I could be returning the favor.
That explains the tweet then that I didn't understand. So there you go. Here we are, like you said, here at Brookville, and Altavista coming in at 1-1. Brookville 3-0 on the young season.
Yep, they've beaten William Campbell a couple times, beat Altavista 1 week ago, a game that you might have heard on KD Country. If you missed it, we'll fill you in. We'll also fill you in on what the Colonels did their last time out. They got their first win of the young season Friday night on the road at Prince Edward, 52-40. Very quickly, before we hear from head coach Troy Harris, Oscar, just your thoughts on that game. Good win for the Colonels to get a 12-point win on the road against a very good Prince Edward club.
Yeah, especially after the game at Brookville when Altavista hosted. Altavista had the lead late and let it slip away from them. Really controlled the majority of the game. If they'd have hit free throws, of course, it certainly would have been a different outcome. But, good to see them turn the tide and get some offense and have a couple players step up and really put the ball in the hole at Prince Edward.
Yeah, it was a good win. Coach Harris and I got a chance to chat about that and a few other things, including tonight's contest against the Brookville Bees. Glad you've decided to join us here on a nice December Tuesday evening. It's game number 3 of the young season for the Colonels. It's the Brookville Bees hosting the Altavista Colonels. You've got yourself a ringside seat for all the action on 105.5 KD Country.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Finch and Finch helps you celebrate the relationships they shared and honors the memory of your loved one.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving family since 1905.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services wishes Coach Harris and the Altavista basketball team a safe and successful season. Go Colonels!
Is there a painting project on your to-do list? English's Home Center has added an additional line of paints. English's features Pratt & Lambert Lifetime Warranty Red Seal exterior paints. Choose from hundreds of stunning, beautiful designer colors. Pratt & Lambert interior or exterior paints. Value price to save you money. Pratt & Lambert paints. Never compromise.
English's is your complete home center.
On North Main Street, Altavista.
A short drive will save you money.
In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection. Convenience. Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns from Brookville High School. The Colonels on Timberlake Road to take on the Bees, a rematch from a week ago. Before we get to that one, Coach Harris, we'll talk about your first victory and the Colonels' first victory of the season, a 52-40 road win up at Prince Edward. We'll get to the offense in a second. Let's talk about the defense. I thought you guys had great energy. You were active, and it really carried you through when the offense wasn't hitting the shots.
Well, yeah, the first 30 minutes of practice every day is always defensive oriented. So if it's one thing this team is going to do, it's going to play hard-nosed defense. They've been brought up with it since day one. They understand that. They understand that's how we do things. And if they don't, they'll probably be sitting next to me pretty quick if they're not out there playing defense.
Well, let's talk about the offense now. You and I just discussed you kind of had that, oh, boy, here we go again moment when you only scored 3 points in the first quarter. But after that, and then particularly in the third and fourth quarters, offense really picked up. Was it an adjustment, or was it just shots started falling?
I think the shots just finally started. The football guys, the first time around against Brookville, only had 5 practices, and add a couple more on for Prince Edward, and I think it was just a matter of getting your sea legs under you, and shots started falling, hit a couple threes finally, moved the ball around real well and got easy layups. I think it was just a matter of time before this team sort of gets going offensively. As anybody can attest, any coach, they can tell you that offense comes and goes sometimes, and you just got to weather those droughts like we were in for 5 quarters, going back to the first Brookville game.
Yeah, one of those guys that really came alive in the second half, Mateo Malback, also one of those football guys you mentioned. 18 of his 21 in the half. Talk a little bit about Mateo, about the game, and maybe his game in general.
Yeah, Mateo's our point guard. He's our floor general this year. Hadn't been in that role the past few years, and like none of our guys haven't had the opportunity. And he stepped up big time. Like you said, 18 of his 21 in the second half. Hit a couple big threes. I think he got us going when he got up in a press, and he sort of did it on his own, which I've told him I'm fine with as long as we under control. I think he got a steal and got an easy layup, and it really sort of set fire to what was going on. And it sort of just kept on for the whole second half.
Well, talking once again with the head coach of the Altavista Colonels, Troy Harris. All right, back against Brookville tonight. You guys lose to them by 6 the first time around. They're undefeated at 3-0. What have you learned about Brookville after facing them once in person?
Well, we knew they were going to play good defense. We talked about that the first time around. I think Scott's an Altavista guy himself. They're just a tough-nosed team, and they're going to take what you give them. They're very fundamental. They're not going to force things. They're going to take the open shot. They're going to play good, sound defense. Really what I thought was going to happen happened, and we just couldn't make shots the first time around. So hopefully the shots fall tonight.
Yeah, I hope so. Final thought here. Tyson Hancock for them had a great game a week ago in Altavista. Special emphasis paid to him this time around maybe, or just the normal defensive routine?
Well, I would like to say we're going to do what we do regardless of what happens, but his name did come up a couple more times than it did. I think he did most of his damage in the second half when the ball just seemed to come to him every time. Even we had a body on him, it would just bounce and hit him in the hands and he'd lay it in. So his name definitely came up more. I don't think too many adjustments towards one guy, because if you adjust too much to one, we're going to leave somebody else and they're going to hurt us. So
good point, Coach. Best of luck to you. Tip-off about 20 minutes away between the Brookville Bees and the Altavista Colonels on 105.5 KD Country.
Hello, this is Jerry Miley from 1433 Altavista Moose Center. It's asking everybody to come on down and join us and see what the Moose is all about, to help us support our Moose Heart, Moose Haven family. Anybody's welcome to come down and take a tour of our building and see what's going on. Come on down and we'll let you in and we can have some fun. We're looking forward.
Meet Jerry and the rest of the Altavista Moose family and become a member. The Altavista Moose Family Center on Lynch Mill Road.
Start your business on a winning note with an Altavista revolving loan. It's an opportunity to score big for your company's future growth. Funds available up to $10,000. Loan rate 1% below prime. Connect with Altavista's Economic Development Director, Dennis Jarvis II at Altavista Town Hall. Make your move today. The Altavista Revolving Loan Fund encourages economic development and enhances community vitality.
KCD Maintenance. Kenny can do it. If you've got a home or business maintenance issue, Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. That's 665-1333 for KCD Maintenance. Painting, building maintenance, minor construction, and more. Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. Again, that's 665-1333. KCD Maintenance.
No one knows trucks like we know trucks. Come see us and you'll agree. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC. Come on in. Bring the family and see your friends at Highview Motors. Highview Motors, GMC. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC.
Here's more award-winning high school sports with Kyle and Oscar on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns with flying colors. Already having a great time up here at the press box at Brookville High School. We are in the press box for the first time this young season, Oscar. It's a good vantage point up here at Brookville. They're always very hospitable here at the Hive, at least to broadcasters anyway. Visiting teams seem to have a tougher time. The crowd tonight in the gym is, I don't know, what do you think, 50-50, 50% full maybe?
That might be even a little high.
I see. Colonels have brought a good crew up.
Certainly not the crowd that they had during the Logan Thomas era.
Yeah, well, you got to watch old Logan Thomas here in the hardwood. If you forgot, folks, he was a highly recruited basketball player as well, and very, very fun to watch. This young Colonel squad has been fun to watch. Just 2 seniors on the team. Let's talk about the game against Prince Edward some, Oscar, and then we'll also touch on last week, the game against Brookville 1 week ago. Friday night, Colonels go up to Farmville, get a 52-40 victory. You heard Coach Harris and I touch on it. Just 3 points in the first quarter. Then they scored 13 in the second, 15 in the third, and 21 in the fourth. So the scoring pace grew and grew. They knocked down more free throws and more jump shots in general. You heard Coach Harris mention they hit a couple threes. That seemed to draw the defense out a little bit, and everything works better when you can make a few of those outside shots.
Yeah, and if they're going to continue to compile those wins, they've got to get away from those 3-point quarters. No matter how good the defense is, you know, those things can put you in a hole quickly. It happened during the second quarter of this previous Brookville game. So they've got to be careful to try to stay away from those.
Yeah, I agree with you. They actually hit 1 3-pointer against Brookville. Mateo Malbeck has been the guy knocking down some of the outside shots. Nelson Dew's certainly capable. Josh McClure is a good jump shooter. Daquan Poindexter the same way. I think Coach Harris would prefer to run through the whole cycle of the offense and attack inside, then dish outside. I don't think he's completely opposed to getting an early shot from one of those wings, a 3-point look, but I think he would prefer, for the most part, work the basketball around, try and probe inside, and then go outside if the opportunity presents itself. The Brookville Bees, they run their offense a similar way. You heard Coach Harris mention Scott Jester, the head coach for the Bees. He's an Altavista alum as well. Certainly the philosophies are pretty similar.
Absolutely. It's a tough man-to-man defense and patience on the offensive side of the ball. You do take the break opportunities when they present themselves, but for the most part, pretty conservative offensively as well.
Subway pregame show continues. Let's talk about Subway for a minute, shall we? 3 great locations around town in Altavista, of course, on Main Street, inside the Walmart on Clarion Road, and then a little further up the road on Route 29 inside Foster Fuels. I switched it up. I went with the buffalo chicken today, got it toasted with some American cheese, some mayo, and you know me, I threw a little extra hot sauce on there to go along with the buffalo. We heard our sound engineer, Eleanor Hoehne, talking about coffee last week. Coffee is for closers only, by the way. But she did not mention what she had from Subway today. We asked her, and she was pretty tight-lipped about it. I don't know, maybe she did something like off the wall, just got like 6 cookies or something for a meal.
Yeah, that wouldn't be past her either.
I can't wait for Flattees Friday, by the way. Subway pregame show rolls on right after this. We've got plenty of shout-outs. We've got some more analysis on this one. Our starting lineup and the tip-off will be here before you know it between the Brookville Bees and the Altavista Colonels. All the action is live on 105.5 KD Country.
Good food, low prices, and great service keep customers coming back for more day after day at El Cazador Mexican Restaurant in Altavista. El Cazador is now open all afternoon, so you can come by anytime, any day, 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, a great place to unwind and relax with friends. Open 7 days a week, Main Street, Altavista. El Cazador thanks you for your business.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Littles Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. 2266. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling.
Hey guys, this is Terrell Sam with Best Bet Motor Sales. We started business over 5 years ago with only 10 vehicles and a simple concept to help people out that had less than perfect credit to give them good quality cars. Over the years, we evolved into 2 lots in Central Virginia with over 60 cars in inventory, and we do all types of budget, all types of credit. So remember, if your credit's less than perfect, give us a call here at Best Bet Motor Sales. All cars come with a 90-day, 5,000-mile warranty with the Best Bet Back Guarantee. So for a fun, stress-free buying experience, give us a call. Best Bet Motor Sales, Route 29 South.
English Construction Company has been in the building business since 1909, so it's only natural that they appreciate the building process. They recognize the fact that organized sports programs build character as well as bodies and minds. They know that high school sports build our youth into more well-rounded and more productive adults. English Construction Company is proud to be a sponsor of high school sports and salute all athletes, coaches, and teachers. A word of praise and encouragement from English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show returns once again. Don't forget the Simple 6 menu at Subway. That's some of their best 6-inch sub options, all packaged up and made just for you. Meals with a chips and a drink. The Simple 6 menu at Subway. Last time the Brookville Bees were in action, it was, I believe, last Wednesday. They beat William Campbell 54-32. Hit 6 3-pointers in that game, Oscar, from 5 different individuals. So this Brookville team, we mentioned Altavista hitting some long balls. This is a Brookville Bees team that can certainly shoot it from beyond the arc, and they've got enough size inside. We saw Tyson Hancock do a real number on the Colonels in the second half in their game. It's a well-balanced ball club that Scott Jester has.
Yeah, we saw Tyson Hancock. In fact, he's the only one that hit a 3 for Brookville against Altavista, and that was in the fourth quarter. Big 12-point quarter for him that really kind of turned the tide and buried the Colonels as the Colonels went in with a 25-21 lead going into that fourth quarter. And, Brookville just put it on them the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Let's talk about the job very quickly here while we have a chance that Coach Troy Harris has been doing. He got his first victory of his young career Friday night. I think he has been under somewhat of a microscope from some people just because of the fact, well, Altavista is a known program. They've had so much success, et cetera, et cetera. Troy Harris is a guy that deserved to get the job, I think, and he really proved himself well in the junior varsity ranks. You got to get your first head coaching job at some point. I think he's making the most of it. He's got the guys working hard in practice. It seems to be a good energy in the gym. Everybody's getting along and playing well together.
Yeah, and it's going to take him probably till midseason till you really start to see him put his stamp, on this team. It's people still look at it as the previous coach's program, and I think that with Troy's personality, with his work ethic, that you'll see him again by midseason. He'll have his stamp on this program, and he'll stay that way, and he'll be a coach at Altavista for a long time to come.
No, I think so. I think that's a great point by you, and let's not forget the fact that he's coached all these guys for 2, 3, some of them 4 years because of the fact that he was the junior varsity coach before. So he's known all these guys. It's not like a first-year coach going into an unknown type of place like another Colonel assistant, Chad Ward, has done going up to Buffalo Gap and becoming their head coach. So I would argue that gives Troy a little bit of a leg up maybe on another guy.
Not to mention that you graduate your 5 starters that were part of 3 consecutive state championships. So, his work's cut out for him. But, again, the cupboard's not bare, as evidenced by Malbeck, McClure, Nelson Dews, and the rest of the group. So he'll continue to build. They'll gain some confidence, get their basketball legs back under them, and by midseason they'll be in form and make a strong run in the dogwood.
Yeah, I think the momentum is building for sure. Our momentum building, but it would not be possible without the support of folks like PCM Industrial Services, serving the Mid-Atlantic region with quality maintenance and construction services. The Altavista Office of Economic Development, helping Altavista grow. English Construction, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and injury-free game. KCD Maintenance, Kenny can do it maintenance. Call 665-1333. El Cazador, be sure to try the new menu, Main Street in Altavista. Highview Motors, GMC, from small to tall, Highview has it all.
English's, your complete home center, now offering the complete line of Carhartt clothing for men or women. First National Bank, focused on providing an extraordinary customer experience. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer, warm in the winter, and comfortable in between. Fellers Chevrolet, a short drive will save you money. We'll send some shout-outs to the Fellers gang here in just a little bit. The Moose Family Center, bringing communities closer together and celebrating life. Be a Moose. Best Bet Motors, a respected name you can trust, Route 29, just south of the airport. Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, a family serving families since 1905. And you can't forget, if you listen online, streaming online audio is brought to you by Chad Rakos, your all-state agent in Windhurst. High school hoops fans are always in good hands with Chad Rakos. We'll send a shout-out to our dear friend Vicky from Surfer Network for helping getting us online again. National Anthem time here from Brookville, so we'll step aside. Tip-off right after this between Brookville and Altavista on 105.5 KD Country.
Businesses today are often focused on keeping their costs down, and we can help. I'm Daniel Wheeler with First National Bank, and we have a long history of offering cost-efficient business accounts. Today, we have a wide range of low-cost accounts for any size business. So just ask us about our business economy checking, small business interest checking, or other smart accounts. For progressive business banking, First National Bank will help you with an extraordinary customer experience. First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Zaxby's, Wards Ferry Road, Lynchburg.
Man, that house salad looks good.
Dude, it's so good.
How about one bite for the road?
No.
Sharing is caring.
No. You can't have any of my salad, bro.
Wait, I got it right here.
I got $20 in a dream, yeah.
Well, that's a hit right there, dude.
Thank you.
Thanks, dude.
The house salad. Grilled chicken atop mixed greens, cucumbers, Roma tomatoes, cheddar and jack cheeses, and fried onions. Served with Texas toast. Zaxby's, indescribably good.
This broadcast is brought to you by the members of the KD Country Sports Club.
Chef's Drive-In, where the shake machine is shaking and dozens of flavors to choose from.
One Stop Mart, where the gas is cheap, the beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking.
El Cerrito Altavista. Throw on a sombrero, shake your maracas, it's El Cerrito time.
Altavista Medical and Oncology Massage Therapy, Broad Street, can help relieve your pain.
Vista Foods Altavista, your hometown grocery with the freshest produce and best meats.
McDonald's in Altavista, committed to the community and bringing the world's favorite food.
Steve Farmer Auto Sales, Main Street Altavista, best deals on wheels.
Colonel's Football is brought to you by the Sports Club on KD Country.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway pregame show concludes here from Brookville High School, the Hive, as they like to call it. Starting lineups being announced right now, Mr. Briggs.
Interesting exchange between Mike Foran, lead official here, and Coach Troy Harris. First game that they've worked together, and as they went down the coaching line to shake hands with the coaches like they always do, Mike Foran told Troy, said, "No, head coach is supposed to be the first one." So Troy kind of jumped over, and Foran went, "No, I'm pulling your leg." So kind of a little initiation there.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That Mike Foran has a sense of humor. He is joined by two other officials tonight. Their names are Brian Wallace and Charles Trent. Those three names probably pretty familiar if you're a basketball fan around our area, Oscar. They are three of the best. Starting lineup tonight for the Brookville Bees, they'll go with number 3, O'Brien Holloway, number 10, Bert Davis, number 23, Devontae Treese, number 24, Jordan Penix, and number 32, Sam Slade. On the other side for the Colonels, same starting 5 for them. Number 30, Josh McClure. Number 1, Cameron Hughes. Number 2, Nelson Dews. Number 3, Mateo Malbeck. And number 4, Daquan Poindexter. Colonels in the road blacks. Brookville in the home white with yellow and burgundy trim.
A little bit different starting lineup tonight for Brookville than they used at Altavista.
Yeah, interesting. Scott Jester has plenty of options at his disposal on the bench there for Brookville, so maybe he's going to mix and match the starting lineup all year. Maybe he's just trying to get it set. Colonels win the tip. Poindexter driving to the right side of the hoop. It's good for 2. Good way for the Colonels to start. Daquan Poindexter with a nice bucket. 2-0 Altavista.
Off a nice feed and penetration from Nelson Dews.
It was nice. He probed the defense like we were talking about, drove in, then kicked it to Daquan, and Daquan then returned with a drive of his own. Brookville basketball in the front court, 7:30 left to play in the first. Here's Bert Davis striding across the right side of the paint. Shot no good. Rebound by Cameron Hughes.
Altavista, tough man-to-man defense.
Poindexter catches along the right wing. Now he'll pick up the dribble, looking for somewhere to go. One bounce inside to McClure. McClure's got to kick it out to Nelson Deuce. Looks like Brookville is in a man-to-man defense as well, Oscar.
Shocker.
7:07 left to play in the first quarter. 2-0, Colonels lead. They get it left wing to Nelson Deuce. Nelson fires for three. No good. Tip in by Mateo Malback. No good. Long rebound controlled by Jordan Penix and the Brookville Bees. Penix is going to go the other way. He'll angle right to the right sideline. Down to O'Brien Holloway. Dash for it, and Bert Davis could not collect it along the far sideline. That's a turnover. Colonel basketball.
Nice hustle again by Nelson Deuce on that play to get his hand on it and disrupt the pass, trying to save it back inbounds for Brookville.
Nelson will inbound on the far sideline. No backcourt pressure for the Brookville Bees. 6:47 left to play in the first quarter. 2-0. Colonel's on top. Looks like now maybe Brookville has gone into a 2-3 zone, so maybe we can say shocker now without being sarcastic, right?
It even almost looks like a 2-1-2.
Might be. Colonels get it in the far corner to Josh McClure, just a step inside the three-point line. Now it's back out to Nelson Deuce on the perimeter. All the way right wing to Daquan Poindexter. Poindexter, overhead pass to the middle of the court to Mateo Malback. Malback's going to receive some instruction from Coach Harris. He'll back it out. Looks like a set play coming here.
I like the patience here by the Colonels.
One bounce pass to Nelson Deuce. He gets it in the corner, McClure. McClure drives baseline off the window, won't fall, hit the front of the rim, and then recovered by Sam Slade.
Good look by McClure on that.
Really was. Penix going to fire for three. His long shot too short and controlled on a rebound by Daquan Poindexter. 5:50 left to play in the first. 2-0 Colonel still. They get it inside to McClure at the free throw line. He steps inside and is fouled. First foul in the ball game. It's on the floor. And it's going to be on number 10, Bert Davis, his first. Inbound play goes to Nelson Deuce, who's partially blocked by Sam Slade. Poindexter has it underneath the hoop. That's partially blocked by Slade. McClure recovers an errant Brookville pass, and Altavista still has the ball. And looks like they're going to slow things down and be patient again, Oscar.
Looks like Brookville's still in that zone.
I think it might be that 2-1-2.
Something you don't see a lot anymore.
You really don't. Nelson Deuce, 2 steps behind the three-point line, fires. Basketball went over the backboard and out of bounds. Brookville ball with 5:23 left to play in the first. They trail by 2. Shout out, of course, to our good friend Dave Mabry, Chancellor Mormon's mom, I think, listening at Altavista right now. Robbie Rice down there for the Lady Colonels and Lady Bees. All three of them are watching that game, but probably tuned into us. O'Brien Holloway is going to try a three, left wing, off the side of the iron. Rebound controlled by McClure. Throws it out of bounds off Slade. Heady play right there by Josh to maintain possession.
Josh really had good position. Did a nice job of boxing Slade out. And Slade, a tall, lanky kid, went over the top. And a nice hustle by Josh to knock the ball off of him.
Colonel's ball. Lawrence Galliard going to head to the scorer's table. He'll be in at the next dead ball opportunity. First time we will get to see Lawrence Galliard in action so far this year for the Colonels. Daquan Poindexter sets his feet, fires a long three, no good. Colonel's lead just going to stay at 2 for a while. We've got 4:40 left to play in the quarter. Slade going to try a long 2, and that's good. 17-footer from the baseline by Sam Slade knots the score at 2. 4:30 left to play.
Well, Nelson's stroke looks good, just not quite as confident in as he should be as he throws the ball away.
Turnover. Jordan Penix has it going the other way. Left side of the hoop. Finishes with the left hand. Took some body contact from Mateo Malback as well. 4-2. Brookville on top. We're about halfway through this first quarter here from Brookville High School.
Mateo took a hand in the face there. Nothing intentional, just basketball play.
Trying to shrug it off. Nelson Deuce catches, couple dribbles, going baseline. Got Nelson for the double dribble. And Lawrence Galliard will check in as the basketball will be turned over to the Bees. He comes in for Cameron Hughes. So on the court right now, it's Galliard, McClure, Malback, Deuce, and Poindexter.
Galliard's first action of the season after having to go through some concussion-type protocol. Football.
Lawrence Galliard is a 6'2 sophomore. Some would argue he even plays a little bit longer than that. He's lanky, and he can really jump.
He's got that wingspan. It looks like it's more than 6'2".
Sure does. Penix is going to fire a three. Galliard had a nice hand in his face. Rebound and controlled at the free throw line by Nelson Dews. Nelly tried to toss it up for Lawrence, and Lawrence wasn't really expecting it. That's another turnover for the Colonels, taken away by Sam Slade. They get inside to Peters. Peters, the big man, tried a little drop step, and he took too many steps. Turnover. Sloppy ball game thus far, Oscar, as we've got 3:28 left to play in the first. It's a 4-2 Brookville lead. I don't think either coach is upset or anything, but it's definitely not picture-perfect basketball down there right now.
Referee's doing a little housekeeping there. One of the Brookville players had a bracelet on. Nice job noticing that. Of course, BHSL rules. Absolutely none of that.
That was Tyson Hancock, in fact. He's checked in the game. He joins Penix, Holloway, Slade. Oh, pardon me, that's Peters and also Dylan O'Newfer on the court right now for Brookville. So Scott Jester's got some substitutes in the game for his club. But as mentioned, he likes to use the bench pretty liberally. 3:04 left to play in the first. They get it to Galliard at the free throw line. He was swarmed, and it's taken away by Jordan Penix. Penix trying to get it out of there with it. He does. He gets it to O'Newfer. O'Newfer coming up near sideline. Now it's to Penix, catches at the three-point line, inside to O'Newfer. Good ball movement, but good defense by the Colonels to take away the point opportunity. Nelson Dews, little hesitation move at the right wing. Now it's over to Josh McClure. Poindexter, head fake, driving to the hoop, up and under layup. Going to get him for traveling. He came down on the floor before the ball got out of his hand.
Looked like some contact on the ball was made by a Brookville defender that as he went up, it was ordinarily one of the old jump ball situations, but didn't have contact long enough, but it forced Galliard back down to the floor.
2:37 left to play in the first. Brookville leads 4-2. Substitutes for the Colonels. Chancellor Mormon in the ball game for his first action, and Cameron Hughes, a starter, returning off the bench. Bert Davis is back in the game for Brookville. Fires a long chest pass to Tyson Hancock. Hancock left-hand dribble, moving to his left, guarded by Mateo Malbeck. Good screen set by Hancock to free up Bert Davis. Now it's Holloway with the jump shot. Good from the right wing. 16.5-footer for O'Brien. Holloway sort of leaning to his right. 6-2, Brookville on top. 2:05 left to play in the first. Free throw line, it goes to Cameron Hughes. Hughes harassed there, almost triple teamed by that zone from Brookville. He's not particularly happy about it. McClure's going to try a long three. Hit the back plate and bounced off. Rebounded by O'Brien Holloway. Holloway in a hurry up the far sideline. Lost the dribble momentarily. Now he recaptures using his left hand. Tries to bounce down along the baseline to Josh Peters, and it's out of bounds. Colonel basketball did a nice job to hustle back and fortify the back line of the defense there, Oscar.
Boy, Brookville continues to substitute liberally. Trace back in the game, and Montavious Barber in for the first action of the night for him. Scotty Jester rolling him through.
Shout out to my good buddy Earl Hackworth. And shout out to our good friend Fawn Leibowitz out there at Faber College. She transferred to Faber, right?
Yeah.
She went to that other place first. Big Colonel fan, though, Leibowitz is. Turnover there for the Altavista Colonels. Not having a lot of success on the offensive end. 90 seconds left to play in the first. Here's Treese. Chest pass out to midcourt. It goes to Tyson Hancock. Now he's got it back to Treese. One dribble, gives it to O'Newfer. O'Newfer for three, and it's good. Brookville coming alive here. 9-2 on top by 7. I think Coach Harris contemplated a timeout, but thinks, well, we've only got a minute and some change left in the first. Maybe I can ride this quarter out. Malbeck's going to try a three. Too strong. High rebound collected by number 34, Montavious Barber.
And as good as the Colonels have been on the boards this year, not seeing any of that tonight. One and done.
Absolutely. No offensive rebounds for the Altavista Colonels. 45 seconds left in the quarter. O'Newfer studies the defense. Nice takeaway by Chancellor Mormon. Mormon trying to find the handle. He does. Left hand. Throws it up to the rim, and he's fouled. They maybe could have got Mormon for too many steps, but he got the shot up in time. Nice job by Chancellor Mormon to take charge and get a steal, and he'll get 2 free throws for the hard work.
Hasn't been a strength for the Colonels so far this year.
Mormon, left-hand shooter, cans the first one. Substitutes checking in the game now for the Altavista Colonels. 2 more fresh faces. It's Jacob Adams, number 24, and number 12, Devontae Mendez. Nelson Dews joins them, and they'll combine with Chancellor Mormon and Cameron Hughes to make the 5 Colonels on the court right now. 9-3. First points the Colonels have had since the opening tip-off.
Nice stroke.
Yep, second one goes in for Mormon as well. 9-4. So the Colonels scored in the first 15 or 20 seconds of the ball game, then didn't score there till about the 36-second mark. We're down to 25 seconds now. Davis driving, gets the layup up, but it's contested. It won't fall. Jacob Adams on the rebound. He just hands it to Chancellor Mormon. Mormon's going to do the honors and bring it up midcourt. 5 steps inside of half court, 13 seconds left. Nelson Dews will get it to Devontae Mendez. Back to Nelly. Nelly, a little quick spin move. 8 seconds. I think he knows how much time is left. Hands it off to Mendez. 4 seconds now. Colonels have got to hurry. Nelson Dews, couple dribbles. Contested three is up. There was almost some contact. Shot won't fall, and we will play. We have played 9-4. Brookville on top. Second quarter on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
Brother needs a pickup, sister wants a ride. Uncle needs a sports car to keep him satisfied. Mama, she wants comfort, luxury and style. And daddy, he just wants a deal that's gonna make him smile. Everybody's happy, you can hear them all say, we're glad we went to Fellers Chevrolet. Competition for all dealers in Central VA. A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
9-4, the Brookville Bees on top. Oscar, we mentioned the Colonels had some low-scoring outputs in a couple quarters this season. They really couldn't afford many more of these 3 or 4 point scored quarters, but that's what's happened here in the first. 2 free throws from Chancellor Mormon, and then the quick opening bucket from Daquan Poindexter. Not a lot else other than that.
Not a lot of clean looks, and certainly no offensive rebounds is what led to that 4 points. Nice defense by Brookville in that first quarter, and a lot of fresh legs running in and out of the game by Coach Jester.
Settling for the jump shot a lot are the Colonels. I bet Coach Jester mentioned in the quarter break huddle there, hey, we need to attack the basket, get some closer proximity shots, and that will help the shooting percentage go up. Motion offense for the Bees. Holloway nearly took an extra step. Going to take the jump shot instead. 15-footer is good from the right baseline by O'Brien Holloway. He's got 5. The Bees have 11. Colonels will walk it into the front court. Maulback with a right-hand dribble. Fakes a pass to his left. Now he goes to Nelson Dews. Nelson going to fire for 3 in and out. It was a good look. It was an uncontested look. Just didn't go down.
No, it looked like it was going to go down. It just kind of spun out at the last minute. Good stroke by Nelson.
Holloway has it, right side. Now he'll give it up to Devontae Treese, middle of the court. It's over to Tyson Hancock. Good ball movement, and all 4 or 5 Bs working without the basketball, too. Here's Sam Slade. Short pass. It goes to Devontae Treese. Treese with a couple dribbles. Right sideline over to Penix. Penix steps up to the right wing, toes the line for 3, and it's good. Jordan Penix knocking it down. Bees have hit 3 of them from outside. They lead by 10, 14-4. 6:40 left to play in the second quarter. Colonels would love to be able to hit 1 long ball. Brookville's hit 3 of them. McClure catches baseline left. He'll stride to the hoop. Right-hand finish is good. Off the glass and in. 14-6. Strong power move inside there by McClure. Quick first step, too.
That's available against that zone if they're patient.
Hancock's going to fire for 3. It's good. Barely nicked the back of the iron. Tyson Hancock. He had a few feet to spare beyond the line as well. 17-6. Brookville stroking it from outside. Maulback driving, and he's sort of tackled in the middle of the lane. He'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair with 6:10 left to play in the second quarter.
Boy, Brookville really bailed him out on that. He was trapped. I don't think he had anywhere to go, and if they keep their hands up, then Mateo's got to hit a circuit shot. But they're even actually going to call that on the floor.
Yep.
That's surprising.
It is. Colonels will stack up at the left elbow there and run an inbound play. Long pass goes to Nelson Dews. Quickly over to Maulback. Maulback got up in the air, threw a bullet pass down low to Poindexter. Nice finish inside by Daquan Poindexter. Good feed by Mateo, too, from the left wing to find him.
Yeah, very nice feed.
17-8. Colonels cutting into the lead just a little bit. Hard-nosed man-to-man defense. They double team and they get a steal. It was batted away by Maulback and caught by Adams. Jacob Adams driving. Can't finish the lay-in. The right side. Rebound controlled by Devontae Treese, and Scott Jester going to burn a timeout to grab the possession. We'll take it with them. 30-second variety. Colonels trail 17-8 to the Brookville Bees. 5:43 left to play in the half on 105.5 KD Country.
A full line of men's Carhartt clothing has just arrived at English's The Complete Home Center. Carhartt, known for its rugged durability, making it great for work and play. English's carries coveralls, bibs, shirts, pants, and hats in sizes up to 4X and special orders available. Hunting season is here. The holidays right around the corner. So shop English's for all your Carhartt clothing at 1522 North Main Street, Altavista. Open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, Saturday, 8 to 1.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
We return to Brookville High School. It's the Colonels and the Bees. It's high school hoops on 105.5 KD Country. WKDE Altavista Lynchburg. Mateo Malback battling for steal there. He will come away with it. They'll give it to the Colonels. They pointed Brookville's direction a few times, Oscar, and then they changed their mind.
I think they knew what the intent was. He just pointed the wrong way.
Right.
Nice hustle by Mateo Malback. Getting the ball from Bert Davis, that's not an easy task.
Not easy at all. He got down low. Malback's going to try a three. Side of the iron, no good. Daquan Poindexter with an offensive board, sticks it up and in and good. We mentioned the Colonels hadn't gotten any offensive rebounds, Oscar. They get one there, and it leads directly to 2 points.
Boy, Mateo Malback crashed the boards from the top of the key as soon as he saw that shot was going to be off. He's really
Look at Malback. Yeah, he's all over Penix. His energy level has really picked up. Davis going to try a three. No good. Rebound controlled by Nelson Dews. Nelly's going to come out of there himself with it in a hurry. Up the far sideline, had to weave in and out of traffic a bit, and might have gotten bailed out with a Brookville foul there.
Colonels have really turned up the intensity here the last 2 minutes on defense and really starting to press on offense as well. Really starting to force the action. I like what I'm seeing so far.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Coach Scott Jester called the timeout to save his team's possession. Might have given Coach Harris on the other side a chance to fire his guys up a little bit. Poindexter has it, left wing. Colonels trail by 7 still. 4:45 left to play in the second. Gets back middle of the court to Mateo Malback. 3 feet behind the three-point line. Now it's skipped past to Nelson Dews. Right wing, it's good. Oscar, you called that one while the ball was still in the air on the pass. Nelly caught it. Made you look like a genius with the three.
He for the first time tonight, he got his feet set.
Sure did.
And he was waiting for the pass. Didn't have to move. Nice speed. Knocked down the three.
High pressure, man-to-man defense. Malback got a steal with a pickpocket from behind. He's going to go to the front of the rim. Bucket is good. He's pumped up. Colonel Crowd that has made the trip is excited. They cut the deficit to 2. 17-5.
Like a cat burglar.
The guts of a cat burglar out there. Mateo Malback coming from behind. That was almost a mugging, though. Although he did come from behind. He did the pickpocket.
It was clean.
Yeah. Oh, Jacob Adams nearly got a steal. Going to hustle back to his feet and guard O'Newfer. Brookville trying to settle themselves down just a little bit, and I'm sure Coach Scott Jester would prefer that. O'Newfer catches right wing, drives to the right elbow, fires up a shot. Adams got him with the shoulder bump, and it's going to send Dylan O'Newfer to the free throw line to shoot a pair with 3:45 left to play in the second quarter. Colonels trail by 2, 17-15. First foul on Jacob Adams. First one on the Colonels as a team. Can you believe that? Is the board right? Do they have 2 team fouls, or is that their first foul?
That may be their first.
We'll research.
I think it is.
Free throw goes in by Dylan O'Newfer, the very good quarterback. First team all-conference. Conferences might be disappearing again soon, Oscar. So we gotta say all conference as many times as we can between now and then.
You can say conference or no district, but I can tell you the Dogwood will live on for years.
I think you're right. Seminole will too.
That's right.
Second one good by O'Newfer. Good form, good rhythm. 19-15. He extends the Brookville lead back to 4. Devontae Mendez back in the game. There's a turnover. Mendez just threw an errant pass. Lawrence Galliard nearly got it back. On the court right now for the Colonels, it's Galliard, Mendez, McClure, Poindexter, and Dews. For the Bees, it's Bert Davis with his ball in his hand, right-hand dribble. Just shovels it up to the backboard. Shot won't fall, but he is fouled. He'll shoot 2.
He went through 4 Colonels getting to the hoop that time, and Coach Troy Harris has taken not much time to insert Mateo Malback back into the ballgame.
I think Malback really expended a lot of energy there in that burst that he had, and Coach Harris was aware of that. He said, let me get this guy a little bit of a breather. But you're right, Malback going in the next chance, and that will be after this Bert Davis free throw, which is no good. On the court right now for the Bees, it's Bert Davis, the always dangerous Jordan Penix, Tyson Hancock, Sam Slade, and Dylan Onufer. Malbeck is in the ball game again. Mendez comes out in his place. Second one up for Davis. No good. Hancock and McClure battling for the rebound. Hancock gets it, fires a one-hand pass. Galliard with a nice poke away into the first row of the bleacher.
Nice hustle by Lawrence getting over there.
Onufer will do the honors on the inbound, far sideline from our perspective here, high atop the press box in Brookville High School.
Altavista in the zone.
Yep, 2-3 zone from the Colonels. We knew Coach Harris was going to mix it up and put his stamp on it. They played a little bit of zone in each of the 3 games, although not much. Floater up from Penix. That's tasty right there. He got just a step inside the free throw line, Oscar, and just skied it up in the air with the floater. Galliard going to go to the hoop. Offensive foul. I think it's Penix that got his feet set and took the charge.
Lawrence a little anxious right there.
Yeah, trying to make up for some lost time. Lawrence Galliard did not play in the first 2 ball games. Had some concussion symptoms, and they wanted to take it slow and be careful. That's his second foul. Colonels have 3 as a team. Davis slings it over to Hancock. Hancock cross-court right wing. It goes to Penix. Far sideline. Penix now middle of the court to Davis. Overhead pass to Hancock. Couple dribbles with the right man. Slings it back to Davis. Now Hancock's going to drive with the left hand. He'll try a floater of his own. No good, but Penix is there for the board underneath the bucket. Kick it back out. Hancock's going to redo it and start things all over again for Brookville. 2.5 left to play in the half. Bees on top, 21-15. Rhythm 3 coming for Jordan Penix. No good. Rebound still loose, swatted away. That's Josh Peters. His shot won't go in. Burt Davis had a crack at it. Nelson Dews comes away with it. Malbeck's going to try and run it down, and he can't. Catches, but out of bounds, and Brookville will take over with 2:16 to play in the half.
The thing about the 2-3 zone, and the Colonels not playing it that much, is rebounding responsibilities get a little bit more difficult out of that zone. You don't have that person-to-person responsibility, and Brookville's taking advantage of that with 3 opportunities on that trip down the floor to score.
That's exactly right. That's an excellent point by you. When you're man-to-man defense, you know who you're supposed to block out when the shot goes up. You block out your man. When it's a zone, you have to go try and find somebody, and sometimes that's not always easy. So excellent observation by you on one of the drawbacks to the zone defense.
And Troy Harris has seen enough of that on that possession. He's gone back man-to-man.
Yes, he has. Josh Peters has it. Couple dribbles, picks it up. Pardon me, that's Sam Slade.
They look a lot alike.
Yeah, they do. They're both tall and lanky. They're both very good players for Brookville. Burt Davis slides the feet just a little bit. Managed to maintain it, though. Penix has it now. He dribbles through the defense. Smacked away by Nelson Dews. Penix gets it back somehow. He'll drive. That one's blocked away by McClure. Colonels defense coming alive again. Burt Davis for 3. Count it. I thought the Colonels defense was coming alive. Burt Davis extinguishes that defensive flame with a nice 3-pointer. 24-15. Bees back up 9. Oh, McClure lost it. Almost hit the official, and Daquan Poindexter couldn't save it back inbounds. Troy Harris is going to take a timeout. Let's take it with him. Altavista down 9. 1:22 left to play in the half here against Brookville on 105.5 KD Country.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services wishes Coach Harris and the Altavista basketball team a safe and successful season. Go Colonels!
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
We return to Brookville High School. I'm Kyle Hoehne. He is Agent Zero, Oscar Briggs, and Big O. The Bees back on top 9. Colonels got the deficit down to 2 at one point. But Brookville has really hit some buckets. They've made some nice plays. They've used the 3-ball well. They've rebounded well.
Defended well.
They have defended well. You're right. It's a well-rounded game so far. Oh, inside it goes to Hancock. Hancock with a nice finish off the left side of the hoop, fading away. Good feed by Jordan Penix. He threw a bullet line drive pass from the 3-point line. Nelson Dews going to fire for 3. It's good. Net gets hung up, so they'll stop play to take care of that. 26-18. Nelson with his second triple of the night.
Looks like he's gaining confidence in that stroke. That bodes well for the Colonels moving forward.
Chancellor Mormon's going to check in the ball game. He joins Traquan Farmer, Josh McClure, Mateo Malback, and Nelson Dews. B's got to go the full 90 feet to score here. Just under 1 minute to play in the half. Brookville on top, 26-18. Colonels will show a little bit of full court man-to-man pressure and then back off. Steal by Nelson Dews. He kind of was just right place, right time. Skying to the rim. Couldn't get it to fall. Layup too strong. Good recovery by Tyson Hancock. Offensive foul coming up against the Brookville Bees. Sam Slade just kind of threw his body, just sort of hip check Mateo Malback to the ground. Colonels will get the basketball after the offensive foul on Brookville.
I don't know if Nelson heard feet or what. He went in for the layup, and that ball just came off extremely hard off the glass.
I agree with you. It wasn't the kind of finish that we would expect from Nelson Dews. Maybe he lost the handle on it when he was going up. Chancellor Mormon will do the honors on the inbound. Colonel sets some screens. They free up Nelson Dews. Nelly for three. Too short. Hit the side of the iron. Brookville going the other way. They got out in a hurry. Farmer's going to try and get back and play some defense. He does, but he commits the foul. It's O'Brien Holloway with the hoop and the harm. Brookville got out in transition and ran the court very nicely there on that sequence, Oscar.
Mateo Malback was over on the wing, and nobody rotated back to the point, and they had a 3-on-1.
Yeah. It came on that inbounds play. It was very opportunistic for the Bees to sense that Altavista was out of position. First foul on Traquan Farmer. Holloway tees up the free throw, knocks it in. Bees lead by 10. 35.9 left to play in the half. Adams is going to try and bring it up the near sideline. He's harassed and fouled by Devontae Treese. 16 foul on the Bees. It's Treese's first. Colonels on the other side have committed 4 team fouls.
That's not a bad foul if you're a Brookville player.
No, I don't think it's a bad foul at all. 33.4 seconds left in the half. Bees on top by 11. I might have said 10 just a moment ago. They're up by 11, 29-18. Cameron Hughes going to try a behind-the-back dribble. He nearly lost it. He recovers and takes control. Nelson Dews has it now just left of center. He'll dribble with the right hand to the right, trying to direct some traffic, and beckons a few players to come up top to the perimeter to help him out. He gets it to Mateo Malback. Malback bumped to the deck by Bert Davis. Davis can't believe it. I don't think he intended to commit a foul, but intention is not what matters in basketball. It's whether you bumped him or not, and he did. Malback going to shoot a 1-and-1, 7th-team foul on Brookville.
That's Davis's second foul. So Coach Jester quickly gets him out so he won't pick up his third here in this last 16 seconds. Colonel's trailing 29-18. Mateo Malback at the line shooting 1-and-1.
See what Mateo can do from the free throw line here. Colonel's got a lot better from the charity stripe against Prince Edward. That one sees a bunch of the rim, hits the backboard, and then falls in for Mateo Malback. So that will make it a 10-point Brookville lead now. 29-19, 16.1 left to play in the half. Colonels in the road black jerseys. Most everybody has orange socks. Free throw no good. Malback left early trying to get it back. That's a violation. It's Brookville basketball.
Hey, it wasn't going in anyway. He hustled. Trying to get to the rim. You'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely. If you know it's not going in, might as well maybe try and leave a split second early, and the referee might not see it. Game clock down to 7 seconds. Penix is going to dribble with his left hand. Uses Sam Slade screen. Now it's in the corner to Hancock. Hancock, contested three, no good. Mormon's got a rebound. He looked up and saw the clock. His last second attempt actually hit the backboard, but it would not have counted. Bees lead by 10, 29-19. Subway halftime show on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service.
A family serving family since 1905.
Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Finch and Finch helps you celebrate the relationships they shared and honors the memory of your loved one.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service.
A family serving family since 1905.
Hello, this is Jerry Miley from 1433 Altavista Moose Center. Asking everybody to come on down and join us and see what the Moose is all about to help us support our Moose Heart, Moose Haven family. Anybody's welcome to come down and take a tour of our building and see what's going on. Come on down and we'll let you in and we can have some fun. We're looking forward.
Meet Jerry and the rest of the Altavista Moose family and become a member. The Altavista Moose Family Center on Lynch Mill Road.
Start your business on a winning note with an Altavista revolving loan. It's an opportunity to score big for your company's future growth. Funds available up to $10,000. Loan rate 1% below prime. Connect with Altavista's Economic Development Director, Dennis Jarvis II at Altavista Town Hall. Make your move today. The Altavista Revolving Loan Fund encourages economic development and enhances community vitality.
KCD Maintenance. Kenny can do it. If you've got a home or business maintenance issue, Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. That's 665-1333 for KCD Maintenance. Painting, building maintenance, minor construction, and more. Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. Again, that's 665-1333. KCD Maintenance.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
Subway halftime show has arrived from Brookville High School. The Bees lead it by 10, 29-19. I'm Kyle Hoehne. He is Oscar Briggs. Thanks so much for stopping in to join our party, the basketball party on the radio. Brookville getting the best of it right now, Mr. Briggs.
Certainly a game of spurts. Brookville got out early, 9-4, and Altavista stormed back and was able to get it within 4 at 19-15, and looked like they kind of ran out of gas, and Brookville stepped back on the gas and got back up 29-19. So, like I said, a game of spurts so far.
It really has been. Colonels have had their moments. Mateo Malbeck really sparked them for that little 2-minute spurt that you talked about. He had some great defense, a pickpocket. Nelson Dews has hit a couple threes here tonight for the Colonels, but for the most part, the storylines have been revolving around the Brookville Bees. They've been using the bench. They've got so many different guys that can hurt you. I mean, their 6th, 7th, 8th guys coming off the bench could probably start for a lot of ball clubs. This is a well-rounded group that Coach Scott Jester has at his disposal.
Well, they're well-rounded and they're athletic. Certainly they're well-coached. You alluded to it earlier. Their offense looks good. They've rebounded well. They've defended well. Very good first half of basketball by Brookville.
And a good first half, hopefully, for us. We're glad you stopped by. We've got the streaming audio up and working a lot better now. And, of course, if you do ever listen online with the TuneIn app or at kdcountry.com, be sure to thank Chad Rakos, your all-state agent in Windhurst. High school hoops fans always in good hands with Chad Rakos. And you don't have to be local for that. If you're one of those people that listens out of town, you can give Chad a call, and you'll probably get a quote on some really good insurance. Subway halftime show will roll on. We did find out that Eleanor Hoehne, our sound engineer, she went with Turkey Tuesday over there at Subway. She called it her usual turkey sub. So nothing wrong with the old school and nothing wrong with the tried and true things there at Subway. 3 great locations in Altavista, Main Street, in the Walmart on Clarion Road, and then up the road on Route 29 inside Foster Fuels. Always eat fresh at Subway. Time out here on the Subway halftime show. Colonels trail by 10, 29-19. Brookville on top. You're hearing it all live on 105.5 KD Country.
No one knows trucks like we know trucks. Come see us and you'll agree. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC. Come on in. Bring the family. See your friends. Highview Motors, GMC. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC.
Some people have never tried food at a Mexican restaurant, so we asked Chad Shelton from Shelton's Plumbing and Heating about his experience.
I wasn't so sure what the green stuff was, but they slipped some on my plate one day, and now I won't have a meal without guacamole. Still can't spell it.
At El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, if you have questions, they give you the answers in English. Mexican and American foods, affordable prices, and fast service. Try it today El Cazador, Main Street, Altavista.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes in Virginia are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Brought to you by English Construction Company, with offices in Lynchburg.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling.
Here's more award-winning high school sports with Kyle and Oscar on 105.5 KD Country.
The always entertaining half-court shot taking place here at Brookville High School. It's fun to study the form and the mannerisms of some of the participants. And a young guy just made one. He was one of the little guys, so they let him move up there to the free throw line. But he does drain it, and hopefully a moment he won't forget, or at least not for a while anyway. Here's another little guy. I don't know, what's like the height cutoff on that, Oscar? How small do you have to be to get to go up there to the free throw line?
I don't know how close it is.
Brookville Bees are going to get back out on the court. Grayson Thurman, a very good baseball player for the Altavista Colonels, is going to try the half-court shot backwards. He hit the backboard with it.
Came closer than most of them.
Do you get extra points for degree of difficulty or something, Grayson? I don't know what prompted him to try that, but it brought some laughs from the crowd here at Brookville. Let's get back to the main event if we could, although, like I mentioned, half-court shot, always entertaining. Back to the main event, the Brookville Bees on top by 10, 29-19. I believe Oscar is ready with some halftime statistics.
Yeah, I mean, I've got scoring for Brookville and for Altavista. O'Brien Holloway with 7, Dylan O'Nuffler with 5, Davis with 3, Jordan Penix with 7, Sam Slade with 2, and Tyson Hancock with 5. Pretty well distribution there.
Yeah, Bees led by 5 at the end of the first. They lead by 10 at the end of the half, so that's pretty even distribution there as well.
Altavista, Nelson Dews with 6, Mateo Malbeck with 3, Daquan Poindexter with 6, Chancellor Mormon with 2, and Josh McClure with 2.
One final time out here in the Subway halftime show, and then we're back with basketball. We'll see if we can figure out what the Colonels can do to erase this 10-point deficit. 29-19, Bees on top from Brookville High School. It's all live on 105.5 KD Country.
Hey guys, this is Terrell Sam with Best Bet Motorcycles. We started business over 5 years ago with only 10 vehicles and a simple concept to help people out that had less than perfect credit and give them good quality cars. Over the years, we evolved into 2 lots in Central Virginia with over 60 cars in inventory, and we do all types of budget, all types of credit. So remember, if your credit's less than perfect, give us a call here at Best Bet Motor Sales. All cars come with a 90-day, 5,000-mile warranty with the Best Bet Back Guarantee. So for a fun, stress-free buying experience, give us a call. Best Bet Motor Sales, Route 29 South.
This is 100% convenient mobile banking with local First National Bank.
With our First Snap mobile app, you can securely check balances, make deposits, pay bills, transfer money, and much more.
It's easy to use, and we even have a video demo on our website at firstnatbk.com.
And it's free, so search First Snap mobile app and download it for free today.
Remember, banking from anywhere, anytime will help you bring home more bacon.
First National Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
Third quarter about to get underway from Brookville High School. I'm Kyle Hoehne. He's Oscar Briggs, Agent Zero. What do we think the Colonels need to do to get back in this ball? They're not out of the ball game, but to erase the 10-point deficit, like I said. No, they got to cut down on the turnovers. What else?
Yeah, I think certainly cutting down on the turnovers, and then certainly I think that they've got to hit the glass harder. Brookville, too many opportunities on the offensive end, and for the most part, Colonel's one and done on their end. So something that they've been adept at for years, and certainly this team in the first couple games has done well in rebounding. I'm sure Coach Harris emphasized that to him here at halftime.
I would think so. It'll be Altavista ball to start things off. Update from the Lady Colonels and Lady Bees. Brookville on top, 45-29 in the fourth quarter. Of course, the JV game down there started at 5:30 like they do in the Dogwood District, so they're going to get done a little bit earlier. Zone defense, it looks like, to open up from the Brookville Bees. Colonels passing around the perimeter, trying to find a gap in it. They'll fire to Mateo Malback. Pardon me. His three-pointer won't go. Cameron Hughes got body blocked into the first row. And the basketball's off of Cameron Hughes as he tried to save it inbounds. It wasn't anything malicious. No foul was called. Just two guys hustling after the ball. It was O'Brien Holloway.
Certainly we'd be remiss in not mentioning our JV game here tonight.
Yes.
Coach DeMichael Lee picked up his first win, 45-38 over Brooklyn.
Yep. Good win for DeMichael Lee and his squad. Bert Davis, almost a shoulder-high dribble there as he's bumped by Mateo Malback. I think it's his first one on Mateo Malback. Pardon me. Thought it was going to be his second. First one on the half for the Altavista Colonels. I'm actually shocked I haven't called Mateo Michi more.
Yeah,
honestly.
I did it in football a couple times.
Right.
A game.
It's a a game. That was good. But great timing there by you. Timing is everything. 7.5 minutes left to play in the third quarter. 29-19. Bees on top. Damon Manor in there. He's going to pass to Bert Davis. Davis tried a high arcing three. Nelson Dews was under it, going to grab the air ball rebound. Then he was shoved out of bounds by Jordan Penix. That's Penix's second foul. First 1.5 on the Bees. Colonels trail by 10. Malback will jog it into the front court. Chest pass over to the right wing. It goes to Cameron Hughes. Now it's left wing to Nelson Dews. Back in the middle of the court, between the circles to Mateo Malback. Pump fakes a three. Daquan Poindexter set up at the free throw line. Baseline, it goes to McClure. McClure, right hand, shot up. Hit a lot of the rim in the backboard, but would not fall. Penix out of there with it for Brookville. In and out of traffic with the right hand. He'll slow it down momentarily to go to O'Brien Holloway. Holloway lost the handle out of bounds.
Boy, what a great no-look pass by Penix. The only thing was it was a little bit hot for Holloway to handle.
Let's remind folks that Penix, just a sophomore, by the way. Impressive stuff last year in the freshman campaign. Well put together guy at about 5'9", 5'10", muscular. Poindexter driving. He's fouled. Had a couple Bees draped on the arms. Wonder who they're going to get. Looks like they got number 32, Sam Slade, on the foul. Daquan Poindexter will head to the free throw line and shoot a pair for the Altavista Colonels, who trail 29-19 to the Brookville Bees. First free throw up and good. Again, nice rhythm, good form on the stroke. Colonels shooting the free throws much better this time around, Oscar.
80%, 4 out of 5 tonight.
Second one on the way from the 6-foot junior, Daquan Poindexter. It's good. Poindexter sporting the black leggings along with the orange socks that pretty much everybody has for the Colonels in the black road unis. Full court man-to-man pressure. Jordan Penix breaks it with the left-hand dribble. Over to Sam Slade. Slade driving from right to left towards the right side of the hoop, and he's fouled. Body contact there from Cameron Hughes.
Nice hustle by Josh McClure to get over as Slade got the shot off. McClure came over and blocked it after the foul had been called. It would have been could have been a possibility of an and one.
Yeah, it was a good help side defense from Josh McClure. We haven't talked about the help D too much yet this season. It's something that usually we bring up from time to time. Both free throws converted by number 32, Sam Slade, 31-21. Brookville back up 10. They're in the 2-3 zone defense on the other side. Colonels working right to left from our perspective here at the press box from Brookville High School. Left wing goes to Cameron Hughes. He'll set up for three. No good. Daquan Poindexter on the rebound in the middle of the paint. Lost the handle, out of bounds. It'll go into the front lobby, and they'll say last touch off of Daquan Poindexter. Sort of had it poked away. I think when he tried to get it back, he ended up knocking it out of bounds.
I'd like to see him going right back up with it, that little power dribble, trying to get a little half step closer. You put the ball on the floor, you bring a whole lot of people into play.
Yep, and as you and I touched on in the junior varsity contest, he ended up moving away from the basket. I mean, he caught it about 4 feet away. Don't go further away. Don't go to 6 feet. Get it in even closer if possible. Or, like you said, just go straight back up with it from where you're at. Easy to say from up here. and also with the benefit of hindsight, too. 3 ball all the way from Penix. Nelson Dews closed out well. Good rebound from Tyson Hancock. McClure comes out of a big pile with it, extends the elbows to give himself a little bit of space. Now McClure will just run the floor down the middle of it. Left-hand corner to Daquan Poindexter. 3 ball, too short. O'Brien Holloway with a nice rebound. He had to battle Cameron Hughes for it just outside the right side of the paint. Jacob Adams is at the scorer's table ready to check in the next dead ball for the Colonels.
Be coming in for Daquan, I believe. I don't think Coach was thrilled with that 3-point shot from Daquan. Nope, I'm wrong. For the first time this quarter.
It was the first foul on Daquan Poindexter, but Jacob Adams will check in for Cameron Hughes. Man-to-man defense for Altavista. Brookville working left to right there in the front court. Down low it goes to Sam Slade. Nelson Dews stripped it away at the right-hand block, but couldn't maintain possession. O'Brien Holloway is going to settle things down. He'll dribble away from the basket towards the volleyball attack line with 5:05 left to play in the third. Brookville leading 31-21. Bounce pass down low. That was Devontae Treese. Was that Treese? No. It's Montavious Barber. Pardon me. Barber's fouled.
It's going to be on Josh McClure, I think.
Barber got to the right edge.
Nope.
Wrong again.
I'm going to be quiet.
Barber got to the right edge of the key and just forced up a shot. McClure was around. You probably could have given it on either guy, but it's on Adams. First free throw, no good for Montavious Barber. Clad in the long white sleeves, got the long white leggings, and you match that up with the white jersey and white shorts. It's a good look for Montavious Barber, who makes the back end of the 2 free throws to make it an 11-point Brookville lead.
I think there were 12 fouls called in the first half. There have already been 6 called here in the third quarter.
Wow. Barber's patrolling the middle of the lane in that 2-3 defense for Brookville. Colonels basketball. Nelson extends the ball over his head, overhead pass. Mateo Malback has it just right of center. He'll drive, lowers his shoulder, and they think too much lowering of the shoulder. They're going to get Mateo Malback with an offensive foul. Good defense by the Bees, standing their ground there, possibly anticipating the contact from Mateo. He telegraphed it just a little bit. I think that's what burned him.
Yeah, he did that in the first half and got away with it, but not that time.
4:35 left to play in the third. Bees up 11, 32-21. Bert Davis going to bring it down the right side of the defense. Floater up off the right hand, no good. Skying for the rebound is Sam Slade. He puts it up a second time and is fouled. The Brookville bench hops up in approval. They like the effort from Sam Slade, hustling down the floor to collect the offensive rebound and stick it back up. Foul is on Nelson Dews, his first.
4:28 remaining here in the third quarter. Colonels trailing 32-21. Slade spins out on his first free throw attempt.
Yeah, we're not even halfway through the quarter, Oscar, and the Colonels have already collected 16 fouls. Bees have 2. Second one on the way from Slade. Deep knee bend, fires it up with the right hand, and it's good. Chancellor Mormon will check in the ball game for the Colonels. On the court right now for Altavista, working right to left. We have Mormon, Nelson Dews, Daquan Poindexter, Jacob Adams, and Lawrence Galliard.
Nobody scored. Neither team has scored from the floor here in the third quarter. All free throws.
Wow. That's interesting. Maybe it speaks to the defense and possibly the amount of fouls as well.
And the shot selection.
All the above, right? Adams catches left wing, drives, lost the handle. He was trying to go right down the middle of the paint. Takeaway here by Chancellor Mormon to get it back, though. Colonels had a 3-on-2 briefly, but they passed it up. Mormon going to slow things down and reset this offensive sequence. Nelson Dews catches in between left wing and left sideline. Pitch and catch back and forth to Chancellor Mormon, and Daquan Poindexter lost it on the right sideline.
Boy, and you can't have those unforced errors like that. Trailing by 12, 3:55 remaining here in the third quarter. You can't afford those unforced turnovers.
Colonels have had quite a few of them. Bees have had their share of turnovers, but Altavista's had more. Hence the 12-point Brookville lead, 33-21. 3:40 left to play in the third. Bees basketball. This is Barber dribbling left wing. Adams nearly got a steal as Barber went over to Slade. Slade dumps it down to Dylan Onufer. Onufer working to his left. Now it's to Bert Davis. A lot of Brookville ball movement here. It's a lot of those plays where they'll dribble 2 or 3 times and then shovel it off to somebody else. It makes it tough to stop defensively. Scott Jester turns and shares a few words of advice to some guys on his bench.
And boy, Coach, referee Mike Foran put that whistle in his mouth. He was ready to pull the trigger on Adams. He had seen enough.
Third foul on Jacob Adams, who will set up on the low block to rebound here on this Sam Slade free throw opportunity. It's a 1-and-1. First one goes down. Cameron Hughes will check in the ball game for Jacob Adams. A final from Altavista High School. The Brookville Lady Bees knock off the Colonels 51-34. And again, big shout out and props to our buddy Dave Mabry for providing us the updates. Second free throw on the way. Nothing but net. Good for number 32, Sam Slade. He's putting together a good game for the Brookville Bees. Cameron Hughes will inbound it to Nelson Dews. Brookville set up in the 2-3 zone. Feels like they've been in the 2-3 zone the entire quarter. Maybe that was the halftime adjustment for Scott Jester. McClure, fadeaway jumper from 12 feet won't fall, and it's rebounded, and quickly in transition go the Bees. They lost the handle out of bounds, perhaps a little too quickly. Altavista ball with 3:10 left to play in the third.
And trailing by 14, Colonels don't need to be in such a rush to take the shot that Josh just took. They can get it under double digits by the end of the quarter. They'll be in good shape.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't think the Colonels need to be in any particular rush. They're not down 20. They're down 14. 3 ball up from Cameron Hughes. Long rebound, battled for. McClure tried to save it. McClure ends up running up the bleachers and makes it to about the 6th row. And he did manage to push it off of a Brookville player. So good hustle by McClure. Colonels will retain possession. They'll inbound near sideline.
Colonels going to retain possession because a foul was called. As just a great effort by Josh to out-hustle Brookville player.
Bees still in that 2-3 zone. McClure catches in between left wing and the sideline. Now Nelson Dews has it just left of center. He'll walk it to about 4 feet beyond the three-point line. Lob pass to Cameron Hughes. Hughes zips it back to Nelly. Nelly thinks about the 3. One-hand pass to Cameron Hughes. Hughes will fire for 3. No good. There's McClure on the backside. Rebound off the window and in. Hustle play there from Josh McClure, and a great job to be in the right place on that weak side rebound. 2:20 left to play in the third. Colonels have trimmed the deficit to 12.
And that's the first field goal of the half for either team.
That's crazy. Oh, contact there. McClure hits the deck along with Devontae Treese. They called a foul on McClure.
They did call a foul on McClure as Anufer was knocking down the 3. Negates that.
First one on Josh McClure.
11 fouls called in the first 4 minutes.
Wow. I don't think play was particularly rough in the first half. Do you, Oscar? I don't think it's a situation where the ref said, "Hey, we got to keep them in check."
No, they let them play pretty much for the first half. I'm not, second guessing this officiating crew because it's as good as it's going to get.
Good point. This is about as good a crew as you're going to find in high school. Nelson Dews catch and shoot 3 from NBA range is good. That might provide a little spark. Colonels trail by 9 now. Brookville in trouble in their side of the court. They do lose it. Nelson Dews with the steal. Had some help from Mormon and McClure. Nelson's going to high step it into the front court. Now he'll slow things down. Colonels had the right side overloaded momentarily. Now Coach Harris is happier with the floor spacing. Mateo Mall back with an NBA range 3. In between the right corner and the right wing, it goes in. Colonels, they're down by 6 now. 35-29 Brookville. Penix striding to the hoop. Shot won't fall. Mormon with a nice rebound underneath. They're going to catch somebody with a foul.
It's one against Brookville. Yep. It goes Hancock.
Just like that. You mentioned Colonels don't need to be in a big rush. And it seems like right after you said that, the momentum started to swing back to Altavista. Good little run here for the Colonels.
Back-to-back 3-pointers and a 2-pointer by McClure. And, of course, the great Colonels have yet to give up a field goal here in the third quarter,
Yeah, so you can't in any way fault the Colonels' defense here. They trailed by 10 at the half. They've been down as much as 14 in this quarter, but they're only down 6 now after a nice little spurt. 1:12 left to play in the third. It goes baseline to Chancellor Mormon. Mormon zips it to Nelson Dews, top of the key. Cameron Hughes will try a modified hook shot, won't fall. He's got the rebound after it got poked around by a couple Colonels, and 1 or 2 Bs as well. McClure going to try the left baseline. Shot rejected away. Here comes Brookville going the other way. Penix will bring it up the near sideline. Now he slows things down, guarded tightly by Chancellor Mormon. 48 seconds left in the third.
Wouldn't surprise me at all if they don't back this out and hold for one.
Might not be a bad idea at this point with Brookville seemingly losing their momentum. Oh, ball tapped out of bounds. Chancellor Mormon thought it was off of Jordan Penix. The referee disagrees.
He went to move. He went to dribble behind his back.
Yep.
Nobody from Altavista touched the ball.
The officials are going to get together and talk it over. Yep,
They got
they're
it
going
right.
to reverse the call. That's
why this officiating crew is as good as it gets.
I think you're right. I think some officials, particularly in the old days, would say, "No, I made the call. I'm not changing it." But these guys, you're right. Enough presence and enough confidence in their own abilities to say, I know I'm a good ref, but I know I'm not perfect, and go over there and ask a buddy, "Hey, did I get that one wrong? What'd you see?" That's exactly what happened. Colonel's the beneficiary of it. They've lost the ball. No, they haven't. They say last touch off Devontae Treese.
Nice hustle by Chancellor Mormon.
26.2 left in the third. Maybe Colonel's contemplate holding for the last shot here. Never know. I think they'd like to score right off the inbound play. They'll stack up at the left elbow. Daquan Poindexter on the inbound gets it to Mateo Malbeck. Malbeck tried the 5-footer off the window. It wouldn't fall. Colonel's with some heavy pressure in the backcourt. Devontae Treese is going to break it with the dribble on the near sideline. Double team momentarily by Poindexter and Malbeck. O'Brien Holloway's shot won't fall. Nelson Dews has a rebound. 7 seconds. Nelson is in full stride. Right side, off the backboard. No good. Poindexter got the rebound. He was hacked. Now a jump ball tie-up. McClure and O'Brien Holloway go to the ground in sort of a wrestling match with 1.1 seconds left. Jump ball was called. Possession arrow showing Brookville.
Boy, great hustle by both teams on that play.
Yeah, sure was. Brookville's got to go the full length of the court with 1.1. Going to let it bounce to try and get closer. Penix catches, three-quarter court shot in stride. It was close, but it did not go in. We've played 3 very good quarters of basketball. Brookville on top by 6. 8 more minutes of regulation when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
It's a good show, man.
Man, that was awesome.
Loud crowd. House salad time.
I'll bring it on.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're going to have to do the encore tonight, buddy.
No, they want to see your face.
They're chanting your name.
Not yet, man. They're saying Brett.
Well, I'm taking this with me.
No. I'll hold it for you.
Seriously, don't touch my salad.
Time for my encore now, son.
The house salad. Grilled chicken atop mixed greens, cucumbers, Roma tomatoes, cheddar and jack cheeses, and fried onions. Served with Texas toast. Zaxby's, indescribably good.
Zaxby's, Wards Ferry Road, Lynchburg.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
We've returned to the press box here at Brookville High School. Colonels trail by 6. I'm Kyle Hoehne. He's the Big O, Agent Zero, Oscar Briggs. So glad you've joined us here for some high school hoops. Get out and see a game in person. Colonels will be on a little 5-game homestand, Oscar. They'll be at home Friday taking on Rustburg. A former Colonel great, Juan Thornhill, has already announced that he will be in the house Friday night.
Got that information from faithful listener of Juan's dad, Rodney.
Yep. Rodney and Juan both like to tune in. And, of course, Rodney, part of the Fellers gang, a lot of them, big Colonel fans down there.
Colonels, we got pressing business here.
That's right. As much as we want to talk about the fans, we're going to talk about the 10 guys on the court. Colonel's in trouble here in the front court. McClure has it. Left wing. Nobody but him. Pardon me. McClure was the only Colonel inside the three-point line, but he stuck it up from the middle of the lane for 2. Offensive foul against Brookville. McClure gets the points to start the fourth quarter. Altavista bottling up Burt Davis, and then Davis used the elbow a little bit too much to get free. Colonels trailed by 4. Third foul on Burt Davis.
The diminutive Burt Davis with the big elbow there. Nothing dirty.
Bounce pass inside to Mateo Malbeck. Nice play by Mateo from the right side of the hoop to get it in. Colonels trail by 2. O'Brien Holloway wants to take a timeout. Look at the Colonel bench going crazy. The fans are behind them too. 30-second timeout for us. Altavista's trimmed the deficit to 2. 7.5 left to play in regulation on 105.5 KD Country.
A short drive will save you money.
In the market for a new Chevrolet? Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
For a huge selection of new Chevrolets and pre-owned vehicles, it's Fellers Chevrolet.
FellersDirect.com.
FellersDirect.com. Selection.
Convenience.
Fellers Chevrolet.
Fellers Chevrolet.
always open and only a click away.
FellersDirect.com.
A short drive will save you money. Feller Chevrolet in Altavista.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
A big spurt to start the fourth quarter for the Altavista Colonels. Oscar, you think about it, they were down 14 about midway through that third quarter. Since then, it's been not all Colonels, but 95% Colonels.
No, it's been all Colonels because, again, Brookville hasn't done anything scoring-wise except from the free throw line. Only 6 points in the half, 6 in the third quarter. Colonel's defense really amped up here.
Full court man-to-man. O'Brien Holloway's running the baseline looking for somebody to go to. He finally gets it into Penix. Penix is going to break the full court pressure. 10-second count was probably at about 6.5 or 7. Holloway has it. Left-hand dribble. Gets it to the left elbow. Now Brookville's going to slow things down and try and get composed.
Colonels are doing a good job jumping and double-teaming when the opportunity presents itself, and that's really caused Brookville some problems.
No
Chancellor Mormon's come in and really made a big difference.
Nice spark on the defensive end by Chancellor Mormon for sure. They're going to whistle Daquan Poindexter with a foul. Mateo Malbach seems to me to be the other guy that likes to get out and double-team. And between those two, I dare say you'd find much more athletic guys.
The problem here is that was the 9th team foul on the Colonels at 1-1 for Burt. After this, it'll be 2 shots.
Excellent point. Excellent point. Second one on Daquan Poindexter. First free throw is up and converted by number 10, Burt Davis. 36-33. Brookville stretching the lead back out to 3. Colonels cut it down to 2 in the second quarter at one point. They've trailed the entire game. Pardon me, they led 2-0. They did lead 2-0, but other than that, for the better part of the game, it's been a Brookville lead. Wide stance at the free throw line for Burt Davis. Free throw up and didn't touch anything. Should have been a whistle blown there. If it doesn't touch iron, it's a dead ball. But it went out of bounds, and it doesn't matter. It's Colonel basketball.
Colonels can tie it up.
7:05 left to play. Brookville has changed the defense. They were in that 2-3 for most of the third quarter. Man-to-man now. Malbach driving, quick burst of speed to the right edge of the hoop. He's fouled. Shot won't fall, but he's going to shoot a pair with 6:57 left to play in the fourth. Mormon, let's get back to Chancellor Mormon for a second, Oscar, because you pointed that out. He's been on the court a lot in this second half, and I think he is a big reason that the Colonels are having such a momentum shift. He's really doing a great job on defense. And he's done his share on offense, too, although he has not scored.
That's right. He's done a great job handling the ball, running the offense, getting it in the hands of the scorers.
Malbach sinks the first. Second on the way, too strong. McClure has an offensive board. Oh, had it swatted away nicely by O'Brien Holloway. No, pardon me, that was Jordan Penix. And then he threw it off McClure, who was laying on the ground.
Yeah, nice hustle by Josh, but I think if you ask Josh, he should have hung on to the first rebound.
Full court man-to-man pressure. Brookville's got to go the entire length of the floor to score. Just under 7 to play. Tyson Hancock in trouble getting it in. He used up a lot of the 5-second count. Now they're going to whistle Mateo Malbach with a personal foul there. Just got the thigh into Burt Davis. Davis is going to shoot 2 free throws. Double bonus situation with 6:52 left to play in the fourth. Brookville on top by 2. Bees are in action at the Christmas tournament, Oscar, the Jeff Koch Memorial Invitational, pardon me. And they will not play Altavista, but they'll play before Altavista both nights. Free throw good by Burt Davis. The other 2 teams are Perry McClure, who we know and love, and Central Lunenburg, a team we got to see last year in the playoffs.
Davis only 2 of 5 from the line.
Percentage didn't get better as he missed the second one. Rebound collected. Sam Slade just sort of tapped it back to Burt Davis nicely.
It was a Carolina back tap.
Yeah,
nice
it was.
Speed.
Great backdoor cut by Dylan O'Newfer. Sam Slade found him with a one-handed pass, and then Daquan Poindexter just got all over the back of O'Newfer. I don't think you can fault Poindexter. I mean, he knew he had to clear layup. You might as well make him earn it from the free throw line, right?
Yeah, it was a very athletic play.
Your team's already in the double bonus, too, so that's not a concern. Not that that's necessarily a thought process. I think Daquan was just trying to make the block, but it's really not that bad of a play. Free throw good by O'Newfer. Crowd coming alive here at Brookville.
That's the U.S. Polo Association's leading the cheers here for Brookville.
Cheer out there. It's kind of cool. 39-35. A little bit of back and forth between the Altavista fans and the Brookville fans. Good-natured stuff. I don't think it's anything malicious. Not yet, anyway. 6.5 left to play in the game. Colonels trail by 5 again. Brookville's done a nice job knocking down some free throws. McClure, NBA head fakes, three-pointer, too strong. Penix grabs a rebound and then loses it. Nelson Dews, no look to Mateo.
How unselfish was that? How unselfish was that?
Nice play. Troy Harris wants to get a timeout. 30-second variety. We'll take it too. Colonels trail by 3, 39-36. 6:19 left to play in regulation on 105.5 KD Country.
A full line of men's Carhartt clothing has just arrived at English's The Complete Home Center. Carhartt, known for its rugged durability, making it great for work and play. English's carries coveralls, bibs, shirts, pants, and hats in sizes up to 4X and special orders available. Hunting season is here. The holidays right around the corner. So shop English's for all your Carhartt clothing. At 1522 North Main Street, Altavista. Open Monday through Friday, 7 to 5, Saturday, 8 to 1.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Bees on top by 3 from Brookville High School. Colonels missed a long 3. Penix has the rebound momentarily, Oscar, but Nelson Dews swipes it away from him, and then the unselfish extra pass to get it to Mateo Malback for an easy layup there before the timeout.
Colonels have outscored Brookville 17-10 here in the second half. Again, Brookville without a field goal. I'm not talking about in the fourth quarter. I'm talking about in the second half.
Yeah. If you joined us late, Brookville led by 5 at the end of the first, 10 at the end of the half. They were up by as much as 14 1 point in the third quarter. But about halfway through that third quarter, there was a momentum shift, and the Colonels really started playing well. Brookville still on top by 3. Davis going to drive, right edge of the paint. Floating high arcing shot won't fall. Rebounded at the right post by Josh McClure. Lob pass over the top of the defense down low to Mateo Malback. He didn't look comfortable there as he shot that ball. He almost just got trapped and threw it towards the rim.
Yeah, he was in that little in-between distance. He didn't know whether to bank it, whether to drive, whether to pull it back out. No confidence with that shot at all.
Colonels retain possession. Nice bounce pass on the inbound to McClure. He couldn't finish. Got his own rebound, though. Troy Harris is kicking himself over on that sideline. He thought he had a beautiful inbound play design for 2 points.
It was just that it was poorly executed.
Daquan Poindexter, left-hand dribble.
Get the ball away from Daquan.
He lost the handle. O'Neifer falls on it. Coach Jester wanted to take a timeout. I think they granted him the timeout. Yes, they did. It's a Brookville timeout. Still don't know what's going on, if it's a 30 or a 1 minute. Let's just keep it right here. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it right here. Daquan lost the handle. Coach Troy Harris thought maybe it was a jump ball called first. Coach Scott Jester used the timeout. You see a lot of coaches do that. Mike Carlero did that quite a bit. When the team is in trouble and there's a loose ball, they'll call for a timeout. There's some question as to whether he had possession of it when Coach Harris called the timeout, though, right, Oscar?
Yeah, it was not.
In my mind,
it wasn't Brookville possession. It was a tied up ball. I don't like that rule. Unfortunately, it is a rule. So.
Yep. And certainly it's worked to the Colonels' advantage a few times as well. Brookville Bees will inbound after the 30-second timeout, far sideline. Colonels will relax the defensive pressure a tad. 5.5 minutes left to play in regulation. It's a 3-point Brookville lead, 39-36. Bees won the first time they met a week ago. Holloway dishes off to O'Neifer. Now he flips to Penix. Penix whistles it back to O'Brien Holloway. He'll use the right hand. He's guarded by Daquan Poindexter. Just gets it a step inside the three-point line and then retreats. Back to Holloway, right wing. 5:09 left to play. Nice little cut by Penix, and Penix finishes off the window. First field goal of the second half for Brookville. Jordan Penix on the move there, floating through the air.
Came at a very opportune time, too.
Stretches the Bees lead back to 5. Brookville in the man-to-man defense. Nelson Dews is going to look it over. Pitches to Mateo Malback. Malback just outside the paint to McClure. McClure fadeaway jumper won't fall. Daquan Poindexter with the rebound. Looking to get rid of it, he does to Chancellor Mormon. Nelson Dews, he'll try a three-pointer. Side of the iron, no good. Good block out by Brookville, but McClure hustling after. McClure's on the ground. There's 4 or 5 bodies on the ground with them. They're still wrestling after it, and Coach Troy Harris calls a timeout.
Coach Jesse didn't like that. He said it's a jump ball, but it's the exact same thing that just happened on the other end.
Same thing we saw about 40 seconds ago. Timeout here. Altavista trails by 5. 4.5 left to play on 105.5 KD Country.
PCM Industrial Services recognizes the importance of high school athletics by sponsoring this award-winning broadcast. PCM Industrial Maintenance and Construction Specialists providing welding, millwright, erection, and fabrication services to all forms of industry throughout the Mid-Atlantic region. From offices in Altavista, PCM Industrial Services wishes Coach Harris and the Altavista basketball team a safe and successful season. Go Colonels!
Your home for Colonel sports coverage. 105.5 KD Country.
Both coaches have saved a possession for their team, but they've had to do it by using a timeout. It's Colonel basketball. They'll inbound underneath their own scoring bucket. They trail by 5. 4 minutes and 32 seconds remaining in regulation.
Brookville in the double bonus with the next foul. Altavista will be in the bonus, shooting 1-1.
This was turned into a Jim Dandy, hadn't it, Oscar?
It really has.
Inbound play. Nelson catches middle of the paint, fades away. Shot won't fall. It just crept up to the front of the iron, but would not fall down in the cylinder. And there's a foul on the rebound attempt. Brookville's going to go to the line and shoot 2. They're in the double bonus.
Boy, they've had 2 opportunities, the McClure shot and then that shot, that were right at the rim and just didn't fall.
Yeah, I think if they do not come back and win this one, they're going to look back at those 2. And it's no fault of the individual. It's just one of those breaks that happens throughout a game. It might look back and point to the foul trouble, too, because Brookville's been pretty good from the charity stripe. Tyson Hancock makes one on cue right there. 42-36, Brookville on top. Brookville was good from the charity stripe in the fourth quarter the first time around, too. We pointed out that was the major difference in the first meeting. Altavista not good from the free throws. Brookville was. Second one goes in for Tyson Hancock. Nice short stroke from Tyson Hancock. He sports the white headband and a whole lot of hair around it. Mateo Malback will dribble into the front court for the Colonels. Not desperation time yet by any means. 4 minutes and 15 seconds left. Nelson Dews, three-pointer. Left wing is good. Nelson Dews dotting the eye right in the face of Jordan Penix, pardon me. 43-39. Bees lead by 4.
Brookville shot 19 free throws. The Colonels have only shot 8.
Penix driving, gets to the middle lane. Sort of got deflected. Nelson Dews out of there with it. Nelson will run the break himself. Now he'll slow it down just a tad.
If you coach Troy Harris, I don't think you want Daquan Poindexter out top handling the ball.
He'll run to the free throw line here in this zone offense. Nelson Dews, another 3 ball. That one was not as smooth, and he missed it. Tie up, jump ball situation. Daquan Poindexter got his hands on the basketball along with Jordan Penix for Brookville. Possession arrow favoring the Brookville Bees.
3:37 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Colonels trail by 4 now.
Bounce pass inbound. It goes to Burt Davis. Colonels will back off him just a tad. Davis will bring it up far sideline. Now he'll angle it to the middle of the court. Colonels double teamed him right as he crossed midcourt. Nice play.
That's a charge.
Tyson Hancock going to the hoop. McClure takes the charge. Josh McClure, number 30, just got his feet set for the Altavista Colonels.
Well, Burt Davis made his mind up. He was going.
Yeah.
And Josh was able to pick that up and got set.
Discussion here is the referees want to towel off some sweat out there on the court. If this were a big-time college ball or professional ball, they'd have the guy with the people that ran out.
Guy with a suit on.
Yep. But in this case, in VHSL regular season play here at Brookville anyway, the referee does the honors, and Mateo Malback helps out a little bit by kicking at it with the sneaker.
There is no drawback.
There is no drawback to Mateo Malback. He's going to use a double screen, top of the key, driving, shovels off to Nelson Dews. Nelson chest pass to McClure. McClure, a couple of head fakes, gets inside the free throw line, shot up and good. Contested leaner goes in by McClure.
2-point ball game now. Colonels are picking up full court. Watch for the jump trap.
43-41, Altavista trailing with 3 minutes to go. Here comes Burt Davis in a hurry, lost the handle, and was blocked away by Nelson Dews. Colonels have to slide after it. McClure just whistling wants a timeout. Now there's some extracurricular activity between Chancellor Mormon and Bert Davis.
It looked like a technical was called.
It looked like one of the officials did call a technical foul
on Chancellor Mormon, who was laying on the floor fighting for the ball.
Mormon and Davis were just battling after the basketball. They're going to talk about it, I think, the officials here. They're going to get together. Let's see a signal. Coach Harris trying to calm his guys down just a little bit. Scott Jester doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
Called a foul on number 10, a technical foul on number 10. There is no 10.
It's a double technical. It's a foul, technical on both players.
Okay, yep. Foul is on, first off, Bert Davis, and then also on Chancellor Mormon.
And then alternating possession, ball goes to the Colonels.
So it really ends up being a jump ball situation. I'm not going to criticize either guy. They're on the floor fighting after it. The whistles were not particularly loud, Oscar. Neither guy
at all
wanted to give up. 2:53 left to play in regulation. Let's reset things just a hair after the wild scrum for it between Bert Davis and Chancellor Mormon.
They're not going to, on the double technical, they won't shoot the free throws. They will pick up, Brookville will pick up full court.
Yep. Bees lead by 2. 2:53 left to play in the fourth quarter. Mormon's going to pop to the baseline and catch the inbound from Daquan Poindexter. He's kind of tentatively bringing it up the court. Now he crosses midcourt, picks up his dribble. Timeout called by Coach Troy Harris. Let's take the timeout with him. 2:44 left to play in regulation. Bees lead by 2, 43-41 on 105.5 KD Country.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Finch and Finch helps you celebrate the relationships they shared and honors the memory of your loved one.
Finch and Finch Funeral and Cremation Service. A family serving families since 1905.
Your station for high school sports play-by-play is 105.5 KD Country.
Clock strikes 9 o'clock on a Tuesday night. Real country music will be back before you know it, but we got to finish up a good high school basketball game on 105.5 WKDE FM, Altavista, Lynchburg. I'm Kyle Hoehne. My tag team partner is Oscar Briggs and Big O. We were remarking off the air just now. A very, very competitive ball game. Fun to watch, but a little sloppy, but a great back-and-forth battle.
Very competitive, and it's been fun.
Colonels will inbound. They called a timeout after breaking the half-court stripe. On the court right now for the visitors, Chancellor Mormon, Mateo Malback, Nelson Dews, Josh McClure, and Daquan Poindexter. McClure bumped about 10 feet away from the bucket, just outside the paint. This is going to send McClure to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. A chance to bring the Colonels closer or perhaps even tie from the charity stripe with 2 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. McClure sets the feet. Right-handed shooter fires it to the hoop. Too short, won't fall. Malback had his hands on the rebound but couldn't reel it in. Penix in a hurry the other way. 3-on-2 for the Bees. Shot up. It won't fall. It stayed up on the rim for a while but wouldn't drop down. Jordan Penix is going to go to the line and shoot 2 for the Brookville Bees.
Chancellor Mormon went up, and he brought his hands down. He's getting a lecture from the official saying, get your arms down.
Rustburg will travel to Altavista Friday, another Campbell County rival. Colonel's trying to get a win over the Bees in this one. Free throw from Jordan Penix will not go in. 2:27 left to play in regulation. 43-41. Bees on top by 2. Cameron Hughes has re-entered the ball game for the Colonels. On the court right now for the Brookville Bees, Jordan Penix at the free throw line. Sam Slade, O'Brien Holloway, Tyson Hancock, and Dylan O'Newford. That one woefully short. Barely nicked the rim. Nelson Dews grabs the rebound for the Altavista Colonels.
Who's going to make a play for the Colonels?
Poindexter's going to stride to the bucket, up and under.
Daquan Poindexter's going to make a play.
Daquan Poindexter time. He caught it right wing, three-point line, couple dribbles and long strides. Kind of an unorthodox
little
layup.
Up and under kind of thing.
Makes it tied.
And one.
We are tied at 43. Daquan Poindexter with a chance to break the tie. give the Colonels only their second lead of the game. They led 2-0. It's good. Perfect stroke. 44-43. Colonels on top.
Picking up the defensive intensity, too.
Colonel fans coming alive. I think the players are feeding off of it. They're going to whistle Daquan Poindexter with a foul. He pretty much just hand-checked O'Brien Holloway all the way up the court. Rode him pretty hard with the left hand. That's the fourth one on number 4, Daquan Poindexter.
Both teams in the double bonus now, so we got that going for us.
And a shout-out to Carl Spackler, best greenskeeper in the business, assistant greenskeeper. Free throw good by O'Brien Holloway. We're tied 44-44. 2:11 left to play in the fourth. Is it too early for bonus basketball? I think not. Second free throw good as well. Brookville snatches the lead back, 45-44. Ball back, going to jog it into the front court. It goes over to Josh McClure, left side. McClure, head fake. He wants to shoot from outside the paint. No good. Quick rebound, and it's a run out. Penix is all alone in front. Nelson Dews put a hand on his back. No whistle. Free throw doesn't go in. Nelly didn't foul him. He just sort of touched him. Now the Colonels with a 3-on-1. Brookville back to recover. McClure lost the handle, fouled underneath the backboard. And he'll go to the free throw line and shoot 2. Boy, Colonels down by 1.
Nelson was trailing by about 4 steps and just hustle. Might have had a little hand in the back. I don't think it affected the shot, though. I think he just short-armed it.
I think Penix expected more contact
I think you're
from
right.
Nelson.
I think that's
and when it
exactly
wasn't there, he did short-arm it. You're right. Free throw up from McClure. Good. We're tied. He shakes the head in approval. Substitutes come in for the Colonels. It's Jacob Adams and Chancellor Mormon.
And you're going to see an offense-defense team here now.
Colonels have only got one guy in the lane, so hopefully McClure makes this. Shot up.
Was there any doubt? Was there any doubt?
Well, Colonels lead by 1 again, 46-45. 1:40 left to play in the fourth quarter. Don't change that dial. O'Brien Holloway fell down. Adams going after the steal. Colonels have it. It's Nelson Dews. He's fouled by Dylan O'Newfer. I'm sure you can hear this crowd coming alive on the radio. Colonel fans have been behind their guys all night. A good portion of the Colonel section is standing. The Brookville Bees student section has been standing for the better part of the fourth quarter. Nelson Dews will toe the free throw line and shoot 2. 1:35 left to play in the fourth. Colonels lead by 1. The senior, Nelson Dews, number 2. The new Deuce. Maybe that can be a nickname for Nelly.
Boom, rattles it in.
Colonels lead by 2, 47-45. You got to love this. An early season, county rivalry type of battle. Colonels trying to improve their record to 2-1. Brookville, meanwhile, is trying to stay undefeated. 48-45. Nelson makes them both. Colonels have been really good from the charity stripe in this game.
And again, Brookville with 1 field goal from the floor in the second half.
Wow.
Phenomenal defense from the Colonels.
It's almost like pitching a shutout. 80 seconds left to play in regulation. Penix looks at Coach Scott Jester, waiting for some instruction, and Coach Jester wants to take a timeout. Let's take it with them. Do not change that dial. Colonels lead by 3, 1:17 left to play in the ball game on 105.5 KD Country.
Brother needs a pickup, sister wants a ride. Uncle needs a sports car to keep him satisfied. Mama, she wants comfort, luxury and style. And Daddy, he just wants a deal that's gonna make him smile. Everybody's happy, you can hear them all say, we're glad we went to Fellers Chevrolet. Competition for all dealers in Central VA. A short drive will save you money. Fellers Chevrolet in Altavista.
Here's more award-winning high school sports with Kyle and Oscar on 105.5 KD Country.
Great atmosphere for hoops here at Brookville High School. Bees trail by 3. They'll have the basketball after the timeout. Colonels on top, 48-45. This defense for Altavista, Oscar, pretty phenomenal in the second half.
Boy, you talk about holding a team to 1 field goal and a half of basketball. That's just incredible.
Yeah.
And, it's not like
it's not like this is some average team either. The Bees are pretty good.
They're undefeated.
Yep.
So it's been a stellar effort by the defense tonight. Big props to Chancellor Mormon. He kind of picked them up a little bit when he came in. The tide turned certainly when he came in the ballgame.
Agreed. Brookville nearly lost the ball on the far sideline. O'Brien Holloway was able to reel it back in. Cross-court pass, it goes to Jordan Penix. Penix has got the jersey in his mouth right now. I don't know if that's to keep himself from saying something, or I don't know. I've never really seen that.
I haven't seen that either.
You see it in baseball sometimes. A guy will put it in there to keep the head down, but I don't know what it's for here. Holloway working against Jacob Adams. Between the circles, now it goes left side to Penix. Penix, quick move, stutter step, driving, lost the handle. Out of bounds, they'll say last touch off Nelson Deuce.
Boy, great defense by Nelson, continuing to move his feet.
Yep, kept him in front of him the whole
Absolutely did. Shut out the lane to the basket.
44.2 seconds left. O'Newfer will inbound. Overhead pass, it goes to Slade. Slade hands off to Tyson Hancock.
He just double dribbled.
39 seconds now. O'Newfer from the right side. He bumps Mormon. Long three off from Penix, and it was blocked.
Nelson Deuce
got the hand in the face, closed out well. Josh McClure grabbed the rebound on the air ball, and he is fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line and shoot two. Colonels lead by 3. They could really use these here.
Well, and not a bad play by Brookville. Last week against Brookville, McClure was not good from the free throw line. 2 of 3 tonight. He'll get 2 shots here.
48-45. Colonels on top with 32.5 seconds left. McClure going to toe the free throw strike. Deep knee bend. Shot is up. Shot is off the side of the iron and no good. On the court right now for the Colonels, Adams, McClure, Mormon, Malback, and Deuce. Go ahead, Oscar.
This is a big one.
Yep.
Make it a 2-possession game.
Shot up and in. McClure that time, nothing but net. Colonels will back off. No full court pressure this time.
They'll pick them up half court.
You're right. Penix races it into the front court. Crossover dribble. He's driving. Got inside the free throw line and cut off by Nelson Deuce again. 3 on the way from Hancock is good. Tyson Hancock. Malback was there, but Hancock made it with the hand in his face. Timeout on the court. Bees, they trail by 1. Altavista 49. Brookville 48. 23 seconds left on 105.5 KD Country.
Hello, this is Jerry Miley from 1433 Altavista Moose Center. Asking everybody to come on down and join us and see what the Moose is all about to help us support our Moose Heart, Moose Haven family. Anybody's welcome to come down and take a tour of our building and see what's going on. Come on down and we'll let you in and we can have some fun. We're looking forward.
Meet Jerry and the rest of the Altavista Moose family and become a member. The Altavista Moose Family Center on Lynch Mill Road.
More live high school sports action on 105.5 KD Country.
The excitement is real here from Brookville High School. The excitement on KD Country is real. Bees trail by 1, Oscar. Altavista on top, 49-48. 23 seconds left to play in the ball game. Think Brookville's going to play defense here or foul right away?
No, they're going to play defense. They've got plenty of time, 23 seconds, force the Colonels into a turnover. I think if they get past half court, they may foul them, but you don't want to give that foul up yet.
Yep. Colonels like to throw the long ball in these situations. Coach Scott Jester knows that, and he alerted his team. They get it inbounds to Mateo Malback. Malback back to Josh McClure. Daquan Poindexter fakes the pass and then uses the dribble. He's across half court, and he was fouled. Jordan Penix got him with the right hand, sort of just slapped him on Daquan's right hand. Coach Troy Harris suggested to the official that it may have been flagrant, but I don't think it was. I think Penix honestly was going for the ball.
Daquan going to the line, perfect tonight, 3 for 3. He'll shoot 2.
49-48, Colonels on top. Daquan puts the right foot in front there on the staggered stance. Pardon me. Hard to talk right now with this excitement. Free throw's good, though.
And have we had a Poindexter come through Altavista that couldn't shoot free throws?
Good point. Good point. It's in the last name, right? Poindexter spins the ball. Second one away is
nice.
Good. Good stuff from Daquan Poindexter. Gives the Colonels a 3-point lead again. Timeout on the court. Let's stay here this time, Oscar. No, let's take the timeout. I changed my mind. We fly by the seat of our pants. 16 seconds left. Maybe Brookville's last chance. They trail by 3 on 105.5 KD Country.
Start your business on a winning note with an Altavista revolving loan. It's an opportunity to score big for your company's future growth. Funds available up to $10,000. Loan rate 1% below prime. Connect with Altavista's Economic Development Director, Dennis Jarvis II at Altavista Town Hall. Make your move today. The Altavista Revolving Loan Fund encourages economic development and enhances community vitality.
Back to the press box for high school sports on 105.5 KD Country.
51-48. Altavista on top. Brookville ball. They got to travel the entire length of the court. 16 seconds remain, Oscar. Coach Scott Jester's got a play drawn up for this. I'm sure he reviewed it in the timeout huddle, but you've got a last-second three-point play already put in the offense, I feel sure.
Boy, do you defend the three so rough that you make them take it to the hoop and make them make a two?
Great question. I mean, some teams will do that. Some teams will say, let's get the quick two. Maybe we'll get contact when we go up for it. Colonels are going to show full court pressure, though.
I like it.
Bees have two receivers in the backcourt. They throw it into Jordan Penix. Penix will jog it in the front court. We're down to 11 seconds. Jordan Penix, right wing, crossover dribble. Passes middle of the court to Hancock. Hancock throws kind of a lazy pass to O'Brien. Down to 3 seconds. Bees have got to go. Hancock, off balance three, hit the backboard but won't go. Colonels have the win. Celebration is on in Brookville. Altavista 51, Brookville 48. Subway postgame show on the way when you come back to 105.5 KD Country.
KCD Maintenance. Kenny can do it. If you've got a home or business maintenance issue, Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. That's 665-1333 for KCD Maintenance. Painting, building maintenance, minor construction, and more. Kenny can do it. Call 665-1333. Again, that's 665-1333. KCD Maintenance.
No one knows trucks like we know trucks. Come see us and you'll agree. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC. Come on in. Bring the family. See your friends at Highview Motors. Highview Motors, GMC. From small to tall, we've got it all. Highview Motors, GMC.
Good food, low prices, and great service keep customers coming back for more day after day at El Cazador Mexican Restaurant in Altavista. El Cazador is now open all afternoon, so you can come by anytime, any day, 11 a.m. till 10 p.m. El Cazador Mexican Restaurant, a great place to unwind and relax with friends. Open 7 days a week, Main Street, Altavista. El Cazador thanks you for your business.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical Virginia high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too.
Brought to you by English Construction Company with offices in Lynchburg.
Your high school sports station with award-winning coverage on 105.5 KD Country.
Subway postgame show has arrived. What a good ball game. What a good finish from Brookville High School. Daquan Poindexter bottles up a couple free throws to put the Colonels back up 3. Brookville with a chance to tie. The possession started with 16 seconds, Oscar. They got it into the front court. They took a lot of time. They made 3 or 4 passes around the perimeter. Hancock, who hit the big 3 earlier that brought Brookville within 1. This time he has to try a deep 26-footer off balance, too. Give him credit just for coming close. He hit the side of the backboard, but I don't think the end-of-game play got run exactly the way Coach Scott Jester wanted to. And you got to give the Colonels' defense some credit, too.
Again, they only gave up 2 field goals, the 2 and then the 3-pointer late.
Yeah.
Boy, what a great defensive effort by the Altavista Colonels tonight.
Sure was. We talked about Chancellor Mormon was a big spark for it. It didn't stop with just him, though. The rest of the Colonels played fantastic defense. How many times did we see Malback or Nelson Dews bat a ball away or come up with a steal that the other one had batted away? Josh McClure on the glass as usual. This was a nice team win. Colonels improved to 2-1. They avenged a loss from a week ago against Brookville. And certainly some real excitement here. We saw some seriously exciting things in the past 3 years, and even all the way back 10, 15, 20 years ago, this game stands with those. I mean, this game lives right up there. This was fun.
It was fun, and Brookville, to come storming back from 14 from the Colonels.
Yeah.
That was huge. And again, I don't know that I've seen a college basketball game, or high school for that matter, that certainly in an Altavista game, I don't recall one that an Altavista team held somebody to 2 field goals and a half.
Impressive. Very impressive stuff. And as you mentioned, I'll reiterate it. Colonel's trailed by 14 midway through the third quarter. They come all the way back and win this one by 3, 51-28. Another quick timeout on the Subway post-game show. We wrap it up with Radio Shack players of the game. Some more thoughts on this one. And we'll look ahead to the Rustburg Red Devils coming to Altavista Friday night. So glad you stopped by. Hope you enjoyed this one. Great stuff here from Brookville High School. Colonels win 51-28. You heard it all live on 105.5 KD Country.
It's cold in here. Will your heating system keep you warm this winter, or will you spend a cold evening shivering under the covers? Have your heating system inspected today by Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling. Kent Tyree has over 20 years experience and specializes in heating, air, plumbing, and electrical. Licensed and bonded. Call for an appointment today. 309-2266. 309-2266. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling.
Hey guys, this is Terrell Sam with Best Bet Motorcycles. We started business over 5 years ago with only 10 vehicles and a simple concept to help people out that had less than perfect credit and give them good quality cars. Over the years, we evolved into 2 lots in Central Virginia with over 60 cars in inventory, and we do all types of budget, all types of credit. So remember, if your credit's less than perfect, give us a call here at Best Bet Motor Sales. All cars come with a 90-day, 5,000-mile warranty with the best spec back guarantee. So for a fun, stress-free buying experience, give us a call. Best Bet Motor Sales, Route 29 South.
Zaxby's, Wards Ferry Road, Lynchburg.
Man, that house salad looks good.
Dude, it's so good.
How about one bite for the road?
No.
Sharing is caring.
No. You can't have any of my salad, bro.
Wait, I got it right here.
I got $20 in a dream, yeah.
No, that's a hit right there, dude.
Thank you.
Thanks, dude.
The house salad. Grilled chicken atop mixed greens, cucumbers, Roma tomatoes, cheddar and jack cheeses, and fried onions. Served with Texas toast. Zaxby's, indescribably good.
This broadcast is brought to you by the members of the KD Country Sports Club.
Chef's Drive-In, where the shake machine is shaking and dozens of flavors to choose from.
One Stop Mart, where the gas is cheap, the beverages are cold, and the chicken is kicking.
El Cerrito Altavista. Throw on a sombrero, shake your maracas, it's El Cerrito time.
Altavista Medical and Oncology Massage Therapy. Broad Street can help relieve your pain.
Vista Foods Altavista, your hometown grocery with the freshest produce and best meats.
McDonald's in Altavista, committed to the community and bringing the world's favorite food.
Steve Farmer Auto Sales, Main Street Altavista, best deals on wheels.
Colonel's Football is brought to you by the Sports Club on KD Country.
Now back to the action with Colonel Sports on 105.5 KD Country.
Final segment of the Subway. We're down 14. I mean, you're down 14 and you come back. That's impressive.
I don't think there's anything wrong with saying escape with the win.
It's a good Brookville ball club, too, coached by Scott Jester. Let's get to some final point totals. I think just gazing at your chart there and in the back of my mind, I feel like it's going to be pretty well distributed on both teams.
It is, and you had 4 Colonels in double figures. Nelson Dews with 14, Mateo Malbeck with 11, Daquan Poindexter with 13, Chancellor Mormon with 2, and Josh McClure with 11. You talk about the second half distribution. Nelson with 8, Mateo with 8, Daquan with 7, and Josh with 9. That's great balance. Total of 51. For Brookville, O'Holloway had 9, Onufer had 7, Bert Davis had 5, Penix had 9, Slade had 7, Montavious Barber had 1, and Tyson Hancock had 10.
Hancock hit the big 3, as I mentioned already. Big 3 that put Brookville really within striking distance, put them down 1. Colonel's got the basketball inbounds. They broke the timeline. ended up fouling Daquan Poindexter with 16 seconds left. Poindexter knocks down the 2 free throws. That puts Altavista up 3. And Brookville just can't cash in on a late last-second opportunity to tie as Hancock's three-point try was off the mark. Let's do the Radio Shack players of the game first, and then we'll talk about Rustburg just a little bit on Friday night. I'll go first, as usual. Jordan Penix, number 24 for Brookville for me. Just a sophomore, you got to remember. He was surprisingly a little bit quiet last week at Altavista. Not quiet tonight. He was everywhere, didn't come off the floor much. He's a baseline to baseline, sideline to sideline kind of guy. High energy, high motor.
Yeah, we're in a, this is happening way too frequently now.
It is.
Certainly
Jordan
Jordan
mix it
Penix.
up.
Jordan Penix for me was the player of the game for Brookville for all the reasons that you just stated.
All right, on the other side for the Altavista Colonels, Radio Shack also, by the way, in Altavista, bringing you the player of the game. Your home for White's Music Shop. I've also talked about that from time to time. Licensed Intellos dealer. So many things going on there at Radio Shack on Main Street in Altavista. Now for the Altavista Colonels. Oh, before we get to that, always our player of the game, our sound engineer, Eleanor Hoehne, back at home base. Now for the Altavista Colonels. A lot of ways you could go here, Oscar. Do you have somebody in mind, or are you still debating right now as we speak?
Boy, I'm still debating. While I'm debating, just to point out, Colonels 11 of 13 from the line tonight.
Wow. How impressive is that? This was a team that was, 8 for 25? Yeah, 8 for 25 against Brookville the first week.
So, yeah, boy, you could go a bunch of different ways here. Yeah. We talked about Chancellor Mormon, although he didn't score but 2 points. The contributions he made from the playmaking ability, from the defense, from the energy level he brought. I'm going to go with Nelson Dews tonight. Nelson had a great 4-game hustle, had a key play on defense on a breakaway that he hustled back down, made Penix miss. That turned the ball game around too, helped kind of stem that tide. Hit 4 threes tonight. Nelson's shot hadn't been going down. Showed confidence tonight, again, with 4 threes. Nelson Dews is player of the game for me.
I like it. Great pick. Did as much on defense as he did on offense.
Absolutely.
I'll go in a different direction, though, just since you honored Nelson with that. I'll go with the co-player of the game. I'll go with Chancellor Mormon. If nothing else, the great defense, the spark, the intensity out there. And then I'll go with Daquan Poindexter. Knocked down the 2 big free throws to extend the lead. Daquan had a nice game. He's really coming into his own. He's a guy that can score in a variety of ways, and a nice, long, active defender, too.
Yeah, and in doing that, we're shorting Mateo Malbeck and Josh McClure, who both had great ball games tonight, and don't want to diminish the roles they played. We could have gone so many different ways, but just a great team effort tonight. Balanced, great team defense. Second half, they dominated the boards. They dominated the hustle plays.
Yeah.
It was just all in all a great effort and team win here for the Colonels.
Let me say something else real quickly, and then we'll touch on Rustburg and hit the road, get back to some real country. How about the job Coach Troy Harris did tonight? There were times when he was fiery and animated, when he wanted to get the guys pumped up, and then when some things got crazy, he was the guy settling him down.
That's
so I
true.
thought he did a nice job of, knowing what his team needed, taking the temperature of his team and the situation, the moment. I thought he handled the moment well. He pushed the right buttons out there.
Absolutely.
He had some nice combinations going, too.
Absolutely.
So you can't overlook what Coach Troy Harris did, and his entire coaching staff as well is very integral. We mentioned DeMichael Lee getting his first win on the JV squad, Greg Pribble, Ryan Mitchell, and, of course,
Phil Tinsley.
We can't leave out our friend Phil Tinsley. Right. Now, next game, Rustburg at home. Subway pregame show for that around 6:45. Brantley Shields always has a game and ready Red Devil squad, doesn't he?
He always has a game and ready squad, and they're always well coached, too. We know that'll be a dogfight.
It will be. And I'll tell you something else. This Colonels team is exciting, fun to watch. If you can't make it down to the ball game, we always encourage you to go to the ball games, but if you can't make it in person, make sure you tune in to us. Don't forget the 3 great options, the TuneIn app, kdcountry.com, or, of course, good old 105.5. Our game would not be possible if not for the help from our starting lineups, the folks that make it possible. Streaming online audio is brought to you by Chad Rakos, your All-State agent in Windhurst. Hoops fans are always in good hands with Chad Rakos, the Moose Family Center, bringing communities closer together and celebrating life. Be a Moose. Finch & Finch Funeral and Cremation Service, a family serving families since 1905. Best Bet Motors, a respected name you can trust, Route 29 just south of the airport. PCM Industrial Services, serving the Mid-Atlantic region with quality maintenance and construction service. The Altavista Office of Economic Development, helping Altavista grow. English Construction, wishing our high school athletes an exciting and injury-free game. KCD Maintenance, Ken can do it maintenance. Call 665-1333. El Cazador, be sure to try their new menu, Main Street in Altavista. Highview Motors, GMC, from small to tall, Highview has it all. English's, your complete home center, now offering a complete line of Carhartt clothing for men. First National Bank, focused on providing an extraordinary customer experience. Tyree Little's Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer, warm in the winter, and comfortable in between. And Fellers Chevrolet, a short drive will save you money. Glad you joined us for this one. The radio basketball party was fantastic. Colonels get the 3-point win over Brookville. Back in action Friday night against Rustburg. Subway pregame show around 6:45. Until then, enjoy the real country on 105.5 KD Country.